Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session of Ludi Tonight. We've got a triple header for you with 3 different matches from 2 different divisions. Our first match, a Division 8 Week 2 match of Feel Good Inc. versus Spark. Joining with me tonight for our first set of commentators, we've got Neptune and Vortex. Would you two like to introduce yourselves?
Neptune, I'll let you go first.
Oh yeah, sure. Hi guys, my name is Neptune. What was it? I'm playing on the Div 5 team Ink Black, and I'm just happy here to see these two teams brawl it out here tonight in Ludi Division 8 here. Vortex, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Vortex. I play on a Division 8 team named Jellyfish Jam, and that's pretty much all that is interesting about me. But Neptune, I didn't realize you were on Ink Black. That's actually a really strong Div 5 team.
Oh yeah, hey, it's not about Ink Black now, it's about these two teams right here. Feel Good Ink, the best type of ink if I do say so myself, versus Spark Extroverts. Yeah, just a lot out of, players on both these teams here. Hopefully we can get quite a bit of variety here, especially when you're not in like the higher bit of divisions. You get to see a bit more variety here, so I'm very interested to see what both these teams bring to the table here.
Very true. One of the things that I love about low level is not everybody always has like that set comp that they run like some people do in high level, so you'll see like a lot of mixed comps come out. Like people aren't afraid to change it up, so we'll probably see a couple changes coming after these first matches. Week 2 is a little bit of a weird map list in my opinion. Sturgeon Tower, third time I've commentated this week, but Sturgeon Tower is one of the weird map modes where you love to see Sturgeon coming back in the competitive pool, but Tower on Sturgeon is just not the strongest map mode. So it'll be really interesting to see how teams play Sturgeon Tower. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, Sturgeon Tower is one of those modes that just like is being played right now because I feel like this is like one of the more controlled tower maps for some people out there, because you have 2 options to be able to just like move along with the tower. Say if it goes over to the first checkpoint, right? A lot of teams like to rotate to mid, right, as well as like some people push up from front. Meanwhile, a defending team tries to like take the right hand side of the map or just try and push through. And it's an interesting dynamic, to say the least, how both these teams need to essentially reposition themselves in order to get the advantage to take control of the tower there. What do you say, Vertex?
So Sturgeon Tower, on that second checkpoint, if you don't like push them back from there, it's extremely hard to keep them back from just winning the game after getting that third, because oh my god, it is such an open area. There's not a lot of cover for you to get behind. There's not a lot of really choke points you can hold. So it's a really attack-sided map, I would say. But here we are going to our first match. It is a 3v4 on the side of Feel Good Inc. with a Forge Pro, 10 attack, and a Hero Shot coming out. And the other side of Spark, we have a Dapple Doolies, Navo, a Blobber Deco, V-Try, and a V-Leader.
Yeah, definitely here. It's going to certainly be an uphill battle for Feel Good Inc. here, being in this 3v4 situation. But hey, you got 3 shooters here, some of the most balanced weapons in the game here. So I'm interested to see how they play this out here. Being in a 3v4 situation right now, it's going to be very interesting to see how you win these.
Nice
go down immediately. Oh my gosh.
Nice
Yeah, Havoc, Vortex, this is just one of the most crazy openings here I see from Feel Good Inc. here. Even though the numbers advantage is certainly there all the time, it's certainly not being felt, especially being on the first checkpoint.
Very true. Zuka coming out, not able to find a pick, but does put pressure back from that leader. So the leader's backing up. Dapple Devo trying to challenge Tower, but can't quite find a foothold. And now they're already going to be coming up past that to that second checkpoint.
Yeah, definitely right here. This is a very mobile. Feel Good Inc. is being extremely mobile, especially for just 3 shooters here. You know, being able to put the paint down. But hey, that momentum is immediately going to be shut down thanks to Spark's E-Leader here, putting in the work here and just completely taking control of the snipe area, making it very difficult for Feel Good Inc. to be able to get back in here.
Very true. Once you get that leader looking at you, it's really hard to get away from it, especially on maps like these where it's such an open area because you're not able to do a whole lot. But here, are we seeing the Tri-Slash are getting some very nice value picks on the right plat?
Yeah, definitely. This right plat right here, one of the most important areas to hold if you are, how was it, on offense here. Just everything that just happens on the right-hand side is it forces the enemy to come to you here. So you can just kind of hold this here as the lead swap's already to Spark already. And a
Very
wipeout
nice
occurs.
plays from Spark. They're able to wait out the specials, just give them a little bit of space, and then go right back in to take that lead and get past the second checkpoint. Now coming in Pat. Will they end the game here? The Reslider is online. They might be able to do something with this. And Dapple's going down T-Tech, but it might not be enough.
Oh,
But
wow.
the tower does flip.
Yep, feels good. Ink is there, just barely holding on for life there.
1v1.
Majora is marked there, but able to get it through.
Very nice play from Majora, able to hold tower and get away from that leader. 3v4, and it's still not over. There's still a really big chance that Strike's online. They are able to get out a little bit of mid. And hopefully this lets Feel Good Ink push in a little bit past, but the Tri-Slash just shuts them down.
Yeah, Tri-Slash is a very difficult matchup for a lot of the weapons on field, I think. But hey, right here, it's just a brawl in mid here. It feels good Ink on the back foot here, trying to find their entryway in here as Spark is just happy to just sit here and wait out the timer right now because you don't really need to do much here except push the tower a little bit forward and maybe end the game.
Yeah, I mean, and especially with the pressure, added pressure from leader, it's able to kind of shut down any option that Feel Good Ink would have. But honestly, specials, if they can farm for specials here, they might have a chance of just re-entering and just pushing that leader. Oh, very nice pick from Inkjet. Doesn't even get picked off because that dropper. This is why we see dropper and a lot of Inkjet. Very, very nice combo.
Yeah, definitely there. That was quite a good gear selection here that Smart Arc has right here. But hey, this Tri-Slaughter is putting in the work right here, right now here. Just completely shutting down this ledge option that Feels Good Ink is trying so desperately here to hold as another one goes down here. And
this could be the game. Yeah, that's game.
There we go. Oh my gosh. Whew.
I think it's there's anybody on tower for a second, or maybe that's just me.
Yeah, it was just a clean cruise ride to the final checkpoint there as everyone on Feels Good Ink was just unfortunately going down there, right? It was certainly an interesting battle there, especially at the start, right? Where the T-Tech got 2 on Feels Good Ink's side.
Yeah, one bomb and then one shot, and it just ends pretty much all of that opening momentum from the side of Spark. But Spark is able to turn it back around. But coming on to our next map, Manta Maria Rainmaker. This is an interesting map, in my opinion, but I'll let you go ahead and say your thoughts.
You know what? It's one of those maps that just like is very interesting to play here. But hey, I just want to talk about this Tri-Slaughter here on Spark's side here because as you see right now, Feels Good Ink is trying to reclaim more of their territory right here, and this Tri-Slaughter is preventing them from being able to move forward here as they just continuously slosh to their heart's content underneath ledge here, putting all the pressure they need to put onto these shooters and prevent them from moving up here as the wipeout happens at the end here.
Very, very true. And that was the great effort from both teams, from Tri-Slaughter. Oh my god, sorry, words, they won't work. But yeah, Manta Maria Rain.
Manta Maria Rain is certainly one of those modes that just like is played very differently from other Rainmaker maps, in my opinion, because you do have that that checkpoint that's just right there for the taking if you just go on the right hand side flank. But it's so easy for the enemy team to defend it that you need to basically corral the entire enemy team to the left-hand side to make that option available.
Yeah, both checkpoints are really strong choke points because on the left side you have bunker defended from the top left plat. You can just be near check, and then on the right side, all you have to do is shoot that rain once, so you don't even have to kill them, and they'll fall off because that momentum goes down and they can't make it over for the jump. But once you get past that first checkpoint on either side, going to that second one isn't that hard, especially getting the lead after just having to die and bob it off the plat, which we might see them either team do here. But either way, this is going to be a really, really close match in my opinion, even with 3v4, because if you can play defense here, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. I think right now, if you were in this 3v4 situation here, you just got to play for your life because your life is so valuable right now. Because if we're just talking a little bit of like just numbers theory, I know Splatoon and numbers here, crazy concept. What was it? Just a simple trade in a 3v4 from it just leads to an advantage on the enemy team because you'll always have that player's advantage. So it's very important to just preserve your life, paint for those specials, and just find those entryways to just try and get that lead so you can just stay on defense and have them come to you.
Yeah, and especially in a mode like Rainmaker, you can honestly, like, you can pick up the rain and sure, you're down a player, but in a 3v4, you're really not. Like, you're fighting even 3v3 at that point with the added pressure from rain. So if I were Spark here, I just go as much an aggressive position you can to get rain, and then play that 3v3 with the pressure from rain. But here we are coming to our second match. Will we see any comp changes? Same comp from Feel Good Inc. with the Forge Pro T-Tech and the Hero Shot, and on the side of Spark, we're gonna have Dapple Dualies, Squelchy's coming out, so double Dualies, a Jet, and the Blobber Deco coming out once again.
Yeah, this is on paper right now. Feel Good Inc. has a very like balanced comp theoretically, because you got two very fast shooters here, as well as like something that's more of an anchor here with the Flatter Shot Pro. But right here, it's gonna be extremely difficult to just be able to get in against those Jet Squelchers out here right now, as both teams drop at least one player.
Very true, and there's gonna be some huge strikes coming in the mid, just keep everybody back from the rain. And Bala are getting a pick, I guess. It was probably either from the line marker or the blob. I couldn't see which one, but they have Kraken ready. They can get some pretty good pressure, but it seems like they're vouching to go to the right side, and it doesn't seem like anybody's defending it. This could be a free check.
Yeah, definitely here. The first checkpoint's going to fall right here as the specials are slowly coming online here. Rainmaker is one of those modes that just like you get to control the pace of the game, because you control when that Rainmaker moves forward here, as Feels Good Inc. right now is just trying their hardest to try and hopefully do this with that Booyah Bomb coming out and shutting down.
9 points left though.
Yeah, 9 points left here, but it's never over till it's over here right now, Vortex, because right now they just got an amazing wipeout here, are ready to pay up the map and get those specials online here. They just need to win these fights here in mid.
And one goes down in mid. They are now playing an even game of a 3v3. So if they can get as much pressure out of this as they can, with the Hero Shot being in their bunker, this is a still very doable game.
Yeah, definitely. What was it?
Unfortunate wipe.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate there, but man, Feels Good Inc. there, they were just going in. I gotta commend that Splatter Shot from being able to try and take bunker. What's one of the more powerful positions on this map right here, right now. But hey, this Rain here is just gonna be patiently waiting for an entryway. As that tries to gets popped and threatens the Rainmaker's life, but no, the Vac is here to counter that.
Huge, and that is game. Spark going up once again.
Oh my gosh, Vortex. That was just insane here. A lot of people like to sleep on Inkback right here, right? Theoretically, right? One of those things that just like needs like team coordination and play to work here. But hey, being able to just make your rain carrier invincible, just suck up any Zuga shots and potentially threaten their life here was fantastic gameplay, if I do say so myself.
The Vac was really well placed, especially against Zuka. It's just, I mean, really, Vac counters most special game. It sucks to have a Booyah Bomb, which is most of the annoying things in the game. To throw your Booyah Bomb and then someone pops Vac and just eats it. And I guess it's in this meta, it'd be Zuka or even a Jet. It's just a really good entry denial that we saw, or not entry denial, special denial that we saw come up even more with the Zuka, Jet, and Cooler meta. Doesn't do much against Cooler, but those other two specials, it's huge against, and we'll see that here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, right here. This is like getting to near the end of the game here. We see Feels Good Inc. pops the Zuka, gets the 60 hitbox here, so needs another one to follow up to shut down the Rainmaker push here, because at this point you're just stalling for time here. But the Vac just comes in clutch, being able to clean up both members as they both drop here into a scramble situation to hopefully he just fill up that Vac and be able to get through. But it just quite wasn't enough here.
Yeah, and the Vac even gave added cover to that Rain with the shot. They couldn't even get close to it. But here we'll come seeing up on our third match is going to be Ink Block Clams. Another one of those weird mixed map modes where you think this would be Tower, but still Ink Block Clams, really nice to see it come back in. One of my teammates actually loves this map.
Oh yeah.
All the added routes you can get. You can go up ramp, you can go up the left side. I don't think Vast is open, but it's really nice to be able to feed in there and get that clam in and then get back out.
Yeah, it's certainly a Splatoon 2 map, as we do say so myself, and there's some fan favorite map mode combos, especially with tower control here. But hey, it's all about Clam Blitz here, and we still like just see like on Clam Blitz just a lot of ways to enter in, as you mentioned before, right? You can drop from left, you can go from the right and go long, right? You can go straight down the middle here. Just a lot of options and variety that can work here and express yourself regardless of the weapon you play.
Yeah, but game 3, if you were Feel Good Inc., I still have a lot of hope, because if you can get this shot, the triple shooter comp to work, especially on a map like this where there's a lot of pressure you can apply from the left and the right side. VATs aren't open like they are in tower, but even still, just getting on their plat would be huge for them. If they can get a pick in mid, not go one down, but have it be even, then they play the 3v3, get into their plat. That could be a pretty easy clam to get in.
Yeah, definitely. They do have options here, right? And even if you're down a player, right, you can have two people hold the front while another one like takes the flank there. I believe Majora on that T-Tech there, one of their more prominent players, and just being able to just capture 2 and 3 kills very easily when they get initiated here. But hey, I think right now what's most important here is just to find the entryways and not panic if you're Feel Good Inc. right now. Obviously, the mental has to be a bit different here because you're missing a player, but I think it just takes a little bit of adaptation here to put up a fantastic fight.
Very true. Just being one of those situations where you can't really play the game how normally you would, like even just cooler meta where you just play for trades, you come back faster, but not running a cooler and then also being down a player constantly is a really tough situation, but they're making it a really good fight so far.
Yeah, definitely. There are times, right, where they get the upper hand, the wipeout occurs, right, and then they're just able to take it. And it's just hopefully they need to continue that momentum forward rather than being stopped through. And I noticed like a lot of these weapons on Sparks comp here are just meant to what was it? They're very how do I say it?
Meant to get trades, kind of?
Yeah, meant to get trades here, right? No, not quite. Well, I guess yeah, that is also true here. But I meant to say it's just like, oh hey, they are exploitable if the shot is able to get in here, right? Which is what they love to do. It's one of the more faster killing weapons in the game and one of my favorites here. But hey, what stands out to you right here, Vortex?
Definitely the Charger. We're seeing a Charger come out on Inkblot. This is gonna be huge. But already seeing the same comp, same solid shooter comp from Feel Good Inc. No changes. But Junior as well. This could be huge to get just bubble on the basket. You can get some jumps in with clams, and then you'll be good. But
Yeah,
already seeing the
definitely.
Forge Pro, the positioning on right stack, playing a really good position, but just not able to do much as they're playing slow and neutral because they don't want to go down by that one member.
Yeah, exactly here. I think right now, Feels Good Inc. is getting their footing right here. Just understanding what they need to do as to go down on the side of Spark here as they get a numbers advantage. But hey, that Blobber is coming far in here, trying to get a power clam and sneak their way to the basket here. But unfortunately, going to get shut down by Feels Good Inc.
But that is the trade, so they're still going to be up by one person. But Shot doing a very good job, or Force Pro, sorry, doing a very good job of keeping that game. Now they're back to neutral. And they do have a Booyah Bomb online, so this could be used to get a...
Yeah, definitely here, Vortex, right? Booyah Bomb's one of those specials that's really good for allowing your teammates to enter in here as it gets tossed in here behind the vacuum here. Unfortunately, that vacuum is just a giant hitbox there that prevents anything from being done here from these 3 shooters here as Majora unfortunately gets sucked in by that vacuum.
It's just a shot fighting for their life right now on this basket, but they are able to get one pick, and they are able to hold them off. As Charger is the only one with clams right now. And they do get a second pick with that Zuka. Very nice.
Yeah, definitely. Very good, Zuka, right? It is one of the more prominent specials right here, and you need to take advantage of it as much as possible here, even if it's just a 3v4.
Still playing very slow because they know that they're... So they're playing it right. They want to keep it as close as they can for the game with 3 minutes left to go. If any team can get a good push here, that could be it.
Yeah, definitely right here. Just I think this is just a very momentum moment right here, right? The second one thing goes wrong here, Feels Good Inc. is going to be put on the back foot here, and then vice versa for Spark here. If Feels Good Inc. managed to get multiple members down and just stay alive and get their specials online, it can be lights out for them.
True, and Spark already getting it pushed down to 47. With still more clams online in the basket. Junior could get more in here, and they decide to keep the basket open, and we have a Reslider coming in, putting more clams in, so it's down to 38. And just before Pro alive on the side of Feel Good Inc.
Yeah, definitely here. Sap putting in the work here, just hopefully trying to defend their base right now, and just hopefully push all this pressure that Spark is putting in on their base right now. The Blobber just being on top here, the bats just creating chaos here, allowing the members to hopefully look at them and just barely not be able to escape there as the Kraken gets shut down and the vessels are coming online for Feels Good Inc. here.
True, trying to get this because now they are in a neutral once again. So if they can get a clam and they can get, oh my God, the Dapples though shut everything down.
Yeah, Dapple's one of the scariest weapons up close and has a crazy fast kill time here. You do not want them close to you, otherwise you're just going to get a trade right there, which is not what you're looking for if it feels good Inc. here.
Very sure that's and the two before that.
Oh,
Was putting in the work.
yeah, definitely here. Bodies are being blown and exchanged here right on the middle of Inkblot Art Academy here. But hey, the bubble gets popped here as Feels Good Inc. tries their best to be able to find a way in and shut down this near amazing gameplay from IMAD over here.
very, very solid work, and they do get the assist with Izuka as well. So they're still down by 1 player, but will they be able to stop the power clamp? They can't. The power clamp goes in, but does get traded out. No points so far. More into the clamp, so that actually very good for Field's because now they can get that pity clamp. They should have 2 clamps here.
Yeah, definitely here, right? Being able to have the clam economy in your favor is definitely something very important here in Clam Blitz here, as barely 2 members of Feel Good Inc. goes down here, and they are just put on the back foot once again here, just holding on to these clams here in an attempt to hopefully get something started.
Here we're coming into the last 45 of the game. Gotta make something happen if you're on Feels Good Inc. So hopefully they can get it done.
Yeah, definitely, right? It's just one of those things that just you have to pick your engagements carefully here and just make sure your life is extended and the enemy goes down here as the Zuko gets popped in an attempt to shut down any more momentum that goes forward here as the Kraken comes out for some more revenge.
They're going to wipe, and that might be it. If they can't get re-entered in, it's still possible, but it's not looking good on the side of Feels Good Inc.
Yep, I never say never here, but this is going to be, you're going to need a bit of a miracle here if it feels good Inc. right now. You're going to need your specials, you're going to need the clam economy, and right now, Spark is just happy and content just to scoop up everything on the map here and prevent anyone from moving forward here. As a lot of specials are popped here and just able to do it, but no, that power clam is going to get dunked in and end the game right there, giving game 3 to Spark.
There are still games left to play, though, and Feel Good Inc. could still put up a really strong fight. They had a really good opening. They were playing neutral very well, and then, like you said, this is a snowball. Just one thing goes wrong, and they do get a really nice push down to 38. And
yeah, definitely. I can see that a lot happening here. Feels Good Inc. just they've been playing the start of that map very, very slowly, and it was working out initially, right? Just slowing down the pace of the game to your pace, right, and being able to just control like enemy movement, right, as well as knowing when they're going to be able to push in by punishing them with your specials is extremely important here. But hey, the Dapple dualies, just being able to close that distance there was huge here as the last 30 seconds happen here as the Kraken gets popped, and we'll get 2 shortly here as IMAD was slowly looking for those picks with the Trizuka, but just barely come shy being able to find it.
you're trying to just Izuka. For me, I'm not great at it because I don't know how to aim it because I always over adjust.
Yeah, if you are looking to like get a little bit better with Zuka, folks, I think it's a little bit about just leading your shot and understanding where enemies are trying to be. And as you saw, IMAD was definitely trying to do that there, trying to lead their shot a little bit and just take advantage of that gigantic explosive hitbox there, because you got multiple shots to try Zuka here, and you got to make sure every single one of them counts in order to get some mileage out of the special here. But hey, we're gonna be moving on to game number 4 here with Humpback Pump Track. That's a mouthful.
Yeah. Definitely one of my favorite map modes. In my personal opinion, I'm gonna get flamed for this, I think it's a top 5 map. I don't think it's as bad as it was in Splatoon 2 with the shift of the meta being from mid, with cooler.
Yeah. Okay.
The missile coming out could still change up the map if anybody here. I could see a Wiper Deco or a Reflexor.
Yeah, those are certainly amazing weapon picks that you can use here, right? Wiper Deco is one of those, can play very conservative, but also play very selfishly, right? And building up those missiles and just flooding people out of the center of the map can be really crucial and allow entryways here. But I think Feels Good Inc. has a really good core right now with their 3 shooters here, with the Forge Pro being the anchor here, right? It's a matter of hopefully controlling the pace of the game, which is going to be very difficult to do on splat zones when it's literally just numbers advantage here to outpaint, the other team.
Yeah. It's harder to paint it. Harder. Still we can pull it off.
Yeah, definitely. It can certainly be just one of those very difficult map mode combination right now. I just think right now, both these teams need to focus up right now and just figure out a solution to be able to address each other and adapt to each other right now. You saw Feels Good Inc. there. Definitely have a lot of good openings, especially on that tower control game, right? But let's see how they're able to handle these weapon picks here. Oh boy.
This is going to see the first change back from Blob Blobber Deco to just a normal Blob Blobber now. Maybe it's to switch for the rain, and the strike's gonna be huge as well.
Yeah, definitely here. Right now, everyone opens up in mid here, and just they are looking for each other right now as one already goes down on Sparking's side. But no, the numbers advantage is gonna get skewed out as a wipeout occurs.
Very nice. Here, the Dapples are playing a very aggressive position, which is exactly what I would do, because if you're Dapples, you're just looking to get as many picks in a short amount of time. And they're probably can use his reside if side up. It could be a very free pick.
Yeah, definitely. The Reef Slider here, I think, is one of the more stronger specials here on zones here. Just being able to just instantly tap a lot of that zone here. As the strikes come out, as Feels Good Inc. is trying to buy enough time here to cap that zone, but it's not going to be quite enough here.
Yeah. Slider's still on the side of the Dapples, and they now have a price check on line 2. So this could really still go either way, but it seems like Spark has the special advantage for now.
Okay, yeah, a pick goes down on the Dapples Nouveau here, which allows them to here, and the specials come out here. This Azuka needs to find something and someone, and it does with the Dynamo right here. As the zone right now is being contested, as Feels Good Inc. is trying their hardest here to be able to cap the zone as another one goes down.
Kirishov having a very nice pick, but the zone does not flip, unfortunately. That numbers advantage was not enough. You see one jump out, but this zone is being still fought for again. It looks like, I think it's Hero Shot or Junior. Yeah, Junior tried to price flip, but they couldn't get it done. The Strikes is still flipping the zone, fighting as hard as they can to get this zone flip.
Yeah, but it's not going to be quite enough here, Vortex. This might be it here if the Zuka is unable to find the people that they needed. Unfortunately, not going to be the case here.
And now Spark going up in the set 4-0. This is going to be the match point coming up next. But still, it's just unfortunately that they had to have zones, because zones being one of those maps where you have to have a numbers advantage constantly to be able to outpaint the other team. But still, very good performance from both teams.
Yeah, definitely. I really liked how Feels Good Inc. there was able to just shut down some primary threats there. I noticed they didn't let the Dapples be able to get in there nearly as often, and were trying to punish it a lot more frequently by taking more 2v1s, I noticed there, right? And then just being able to just push up to zone safely and get some picks there, right? That was extremely difficult to do on Feels Good Inc. side, and kudos to them for being able to hold onto the zone for as long as they did here, finding multiple people in mid here. It was one of the things I just think was incredible.
Yeah, the picks were very nice. They were able to constantly get at least one down, but they were able to get traded out from the side of Spark. It was unfortunate. They had a very nice fight here for zone, as they were constantly keeping the points just standing still, but it just unfortunately was not enough, and Spark was able to get the win.
Yeah, definitely. And it's really difficult to like sometimes approach a lot of these weapons that just like love to perch up, like that Blob Blobber, for example. A lot of people like to laugh at the Blob Blobber and just like call it one of those low tier picks that like people who can't aim use. But no, it is able to put down the paint that you need for that zone here, and just its entire kit being able to just paint safely from a distance and just perch up. You're going to need a special to be able to flush them out there. But this is exactly what Spark was able to do for that entire game.
Yeah, and coming up to our next map, though, is going to be Mako Mart Tower. Another one of those flip maps where you think it's going to be zones, but now it's tower. But I think the tower still works on this map, because you kind of, the tower path goes all the way around the map, so it forces you to play a bunch of different places. So honestly, it'll be really interesting to see how both teams play this.
Yeah, definitely. We are having the Splatoon 2 maps going back to back here, right? Mako Mart being especially a fan favorite here, just giving a lot of options to express yourself, similar to Inkbot Art Academy here. But hey, now that the mode is tower control, I feel like Feels Good Inc. has definitely a really good shot of being able to control the pace here, because modes like splat zones right there, you need a numbers advantage to be able to paint over, versus like Clam Blitz or Rainmaker, where you get to move it at your own pace here. Here you can hold your main weapon for free and just not worry about anything else, as long as you're safe, or as long as the Tower Rider is safe, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. This Tower Rider, definitely on my team, is one of the most interesting things, because we always have a struggle who's trying to take tower, because we have like 3 of us that can do it. But if you're getting, you don't have to worry about that, because you're gonna have your hero shot and your T-Tech aggressing, and you're gonna have your Forge Pros doing their little thing back on tower as a midline, and they'll be able to just hold that back and hold that area down for the side of Feel Good Inc.
Yeah, definitely, Vortex. You bring up a really good point there of like, what was it, the pro being able the midline there. They're also acting like a pseudo backline as well, because not only are they have the longest range, they also have stuff like the Booyah Bomb to be able to hold certain key points on the map here, and be able to flush them out and able to combo with their team. It's one of those weapons that's just like you don't see very often, but hey, it's interesting to see it here tonight, here on Ludi tonight.
Very true, and it'll be really interesting to see how both teams play this map, because as we mentioned earlier, there is well, going into the next match, never mind. Going next match, we'll see any comp changes. We have a machine actually coming out instead of the EV
Ooh.
shot. That'll be an interesting difference. And a Tri-Slasher Nouveau, so this will be the first cooler of the game.
Yeah, definitely here. The sloshers are coming out on Mako Mark because let's just say it together. Sloshers on stack rules, right? They are very powerful on this map, and I can't wait to see how both these teams are able to utilize them for the full effect here.
Very true. It's almost like the Crab on Bridge win game on Eeltail is kind of the same effect. Sloshers already finding a very strong pick. But unfortunately, they are still down by 1, so they have to play a little bit safer. But able to find 2, which is still down by 1 as the Force Pro goes down as well to the leader. The leader doing a really good job, and so is the machine.
Yeah, definitely right here. The T-Tick is alive, though, so we might see Trip Strikes coming out here. And Trip Strikes is one of the more important specials, but it just gets shut down by the leader there. Fantastic aim here coming from Sparksha. Yeah, you got to be taking some notes here, folks, because that shot was beautiful. Make sure you line up those E-Litter shots, and it will treat you well.
Very true. And Tri-Slasher already finding a really nice pick under the flat. They are able to shut down a little bit of the pressure that they needed on the side of Feel Good Inc. And they're already past the second checkpoint. Coming to the third with the vac shot online. This could be very important. Not able to find one, but they are already able to push forward already with this jet.
Oh my gosh, here, dude. Was that just 100-0 there? Oh my goodness. That must have felt really rough on Feel Good Inc. part. They just kind of lost that momentum at the start there that was that neutral phase and just was consistently just not able to get their specials to be able to counter back there, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunate, but a very good performance from both teams still. I really did like how the comp just came out with the machine. It did really well off the opening, but just unfortunately not having something to aggress with it or paint for it. It couldn't really back out, and that's what happened. It just couldn't back out from that fight in mid, and then it died. But it was still a really nice pick.
Yeah, it was still a really good pick here, and just being on the tower here, you're getting that passive special charge as well. As you notice, like multiple specials are being popped like together in unison here on Spark's side, right? You have the Ink Vac comboed with the the Wavebreaker that was early placed out here, and the Bloblobber already has Kraken online here, along with the cooler. Just everything was being thrown in the kitchen sink to be able to do something, right? But hey, I gotta commend Feels Good Ink for playing it through. Most teams would just give up at the thought of being able to fight 3v4, but Feels Good Inc. here is not going down without a fight there, and they certainly had an amazing showing given the circumstances that were surrounding it.
Very, very true. It was a great fight from both teams, but as far as that'll be the 5th game. That'll be Spark winning 5-0.
Yeah, definitely. What was it? Just very clean games, usually from Spark's side there, just being able to use that numbers advantage and just be able to exploit the weaknesses of the splatter shots, right? We do have some more games here tonight here, but before then, Vortex, where can the fine people of Ludi find you here on twitch.tv or Twitter?
I'm so sorry, y'all. My tags are bad, but it's Vortex, all caps with the 03 underscores on Twitter, or X, I guess if you want to call it that. And then on Discord, it'll be .vortex with the 0, no caps, .9282. But Neptune, where can we find you?
You can find me over on the CCI help desk. Honestly, I've been pretty active there, right? It's been a little rough recently, but hey, we're trying our best here to just treat our college students well. And what was it? You can also find me on Twitch and Twitter with the handle Neptune with a 2 instead of a TU and an underscore at the end there. Thank you so much all for watching tonight here. Stick around as we have more games coming up tonight.
Well, actually, I'm going to keep you guys on for just a bit more since that set kind of ended pretty quickly. Let's see here. We're actually going to jump over to Splatoon Tourney's match and take a look at what's going on there and maybe give some insight around that. And right now, the score for it is Red Sun versus Enrage, and the score right now is 3-2. They're playing Rainmaker right now, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to that stream so you guys can take a look and we can... position. There. Hi. You can hear us now. I fixed the audio. I forgot to add us in.
Yeah, Murphy's Law strikes back again, folks. As certainly some stuff on production just cannot work as we want it to work, unfortunately. But hey, we are back here with Red Sun and Enrage, as Red Sun immediately gets the lead here and halfway through this Rainmaker game and pops these specials to be able to push that Rainmaker forward, but doesn't quite make it work.
Unfortunately, how about curling bomb? That is a rare screen, but still, it can happen. The Splish is already playing a very interesting aggressive position in. But still, if you're enraged at this point, you just need to do as much as you can to hold everybody back, get that rain, and get a little bit farther forward. But it looks like they're gonna opt out to reset that, which does make sense. But they're gonna have to play neutral here. Cooler, it's gonna be a little bit easier.
Yeah, oh my gosh, just Enrage has the Sploosh player here, and they've just been putting in work. Oh my goodness.
Div X, you can do that?
Yeah, you can get away with stuff. I believe, what was it, Jeff? I don't know the exact handle they go by right now, but currently they are a Sploosh one trick. I've heard that play this game way too much from one of my fellow coaches that have been commenting on this here. They are just a Sploosh one trick and just been able to make it work for so long, and just it's amazing how Enrage is able to carry a weapon that is seen as a not that great and just run with it. It is amazing.
JP was that this Sploosh? Blah. Generally weapons you don't. Very nice carry from Rain here, able to dodge all of those shots. But unfortunately getting just the leader in the Sploosh left on the side of Enrage, who needs to do something to lead in the.
Oh my gosh, man. This is just a crazy, crazy match right now. I thought some of the games that we were watching before were just chaotic, but hey, let's just say that notch was turned up several levels in the intensity of these games and just certainly increased as the Trizuka finds two.
But looks like Sun has a Trizuka on their side. Favor.
Watching this Sploosh just put in so much work here, right?
As a wiper player using that special, just oh my god.
Yeah, the stamp might not work a lot of the time, but hey, certainly the members of Enrage certainly found a way to make it work here. But unfortunately, not gonna be able to pull back that lead there as Red Sun takes game number 6. It's 4-2. This is insane, Vortex.
This is definitely a different perspective from going to commentating like Div 8, 7, or 6, whatever. Going to commentating Div X is just super fun to watch.
Oh yeah, it definitely is a lot of. It's definitely a lot of fun. But yeah, that's gonna be at least our quick live look in right now for the Div X match. If you guys want to see the live commentary, which is currently featuring, well, if they cycle the commentary mic on the screen, because I have no clue, but I think it's Popgun and Grace, from the top of my head. I don't really remember that much, but if you guys want to see the live commentary from them, I'd highly advise going ahead and checking out Splatoon Tourney right now while you're waiting for the next match to show up here on Splatoon Tourney 1. But anyways, while we go ahead and conclude stuff here, that was our match with Feel Good Inc. and Spark. Would you guys like to go ahead and repeat your socials and like say your final goodbyes real quick?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Vortex. You can find me at Neptune _ both on Twitch as well as Twitter here. You can also find me at the CCA help desk here. But hey, Vortex, where can people find you?
Assuming I say this, you can find me at Twitter at all caps Vortex with a 0, 3 underscores, and on Discord at .vortex with a 0, no caps. I'm assuming I could.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're having some technical difficulties, and Vortex's mic just keeps cutting out here. It's a really sad, unfortunate fate here. Murphy's Law is striking once again. But hey, thank you guys so much for listening in tonight, and stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for coming on. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, we have more matches coming up tonight for Ludi tonight. We're at 8 o'clock. We'll be going to Div 7, where we will have Overture and Fool's Gold. And commentating those sets will be Cospro's Hopes and Jake Groot. And at 9 o'clock, we're going to have Shark Bites and Angel Ink fighting it out for a Div 8, another Div 8 set, and commentating that set will be Lily Gravy Bread and SOS Grace, so don't go anywhere. And of course, if you're looking for more Ludi action, Splatoon Tourney is streaming their Div X or higher Div matches over there, so do make sure to take a look at those if you have the chance. But for now, stick around. We'll be back with more Ludi tonight after this.
Yeah, meant to get trades here, right? No, not quite. Well, I guess, yeah, that is also true here, but I meant to say it's just like, oh, hey, they are exploitable if the shot is able to get in here, right? Which is what they love to do. It's one of the more faster killing weapons in the game and one of my favorites here, but hey, what stands out to you right here, Vortex?
Definitely the Charger. We're seeing a Charger come out on Inkblot. This is going to be huge, but already seeing the same comp, same solid shooter comp from Feel Good Ink, no changes. But Junior as well, this could be huge to get just bubble on the basket. You can get some jumps in with clams, and then you'll be good. But already seeing the Forge Pro, positioning on right stack, playing a really good position, but just not able to do much as they're playing slow and neutral because they don't want to go down by that one member.
Yeah, exactly here. I think right now, Feels Good Inc. is getting their footing right here. Just understanding what they need to do as to go down on the side of Spark here as they get a numbers advantage. But hey, that Blobber is coming far in here, trying to get a power clam and sneak their way to the basket here. But unfortunately, going to get shut down by Feels Good Inc.
But that is the trade, so they're still going to be up by one person. But Shot doing a very good job, or Force Pro, sorry, doing a very good job of keeping that game. Now they're back to neutral. And they do have a Booyah Bomb online, so this could be used to get a cut.
Yeah, definitely here, Vortex, right? Booyah Bomb's one of those specials that's really good for allowing your teammates to enter in here as it gets tossed in here behind the vacuum here. Unfortunately, that vacuum is just a giant hitbox there that prevents anything from being done here from these three shooters here as Majora unfortunately gets sucked in by that vacuum.
There is just a shot fighting for their life right now on this basket, but they are able to get one pick and they are able to hold them off. As Charger is the only one with clams right now. And they do get a second pick with that Zuka. Very nice.
Yeah, definitely. Very good, Zuka, right? It is one of the more prominent specials right here, and you need to take advantage of it as much as possible here, even if it's just a 3v4.
Still playing very slow because they know that they're... So they're playing it right. They want to keep it as close as they can for the game with 3 minutes left to go. If any team can get a good push here, that could be it.
Yeah, definitely right here. Just I think this is just a very momentum moment right here, right? The second one thing goes wrong here, Feels Good Inc. is going to be put on the back foot here, and then vice versa for Spark here. If Feels Good Inc. managed to get multiple members down and just stay alive and get their specials online, it can be lights out for them.
True, and Spark already getting it pushed down to 47. With still more clams online in the basket. Junior could get more in here, and they decide to keep the basket open, and we have a Restarter coming in, putting more clams in, so it's down to 38. And just before Pro alive on the side of Feel Good Inc.
Yeah, definitely here. Saf putting in the work here, just hopefully trying to defend their base right now, and just hopefully push all this pressure that Spark is putting in on their base right now. The Blobber just being on top here, the bats just creating chaos here, allowing the members to hopefully look at them and just barely not be able to escape there as the Kraken gets shut down and the specials are coming online for Feels Good Inc. here.
Sure, trying to get this because now they are in a neutral once again. So if they can get a clam and they can get, oh my God, the Dapples though shut everything down.
Yeah, Dapple's one of the scariest weapons up close and has a crazy fast kill time here. You do not want them close to you, otherwise you're just going to get a trade right there, which is not what you're looking for if it Feels Good Inc.
Very true. That's and the two.
Oh,
was putting in the work.
Yeah, definitely here. Bodies are being blown and exchanged here right on the middle of Inkblot Art Academy here. But hey, the bubble gets popped here as Feels Good Inc. tries their best to be able to find a way in and shut down this souvenir. Amazing gameplay from IMAD over here.
Very, very solid work. And they do get the assist with the Zuka as well. So they're still down by one player, but will they be able to stop the power clam? They can't. The power clam goes in, but does get traded out. No points so far. More into the climb, so that actually very good for Feels Good because now they can get that pity climb for. They should have 2 climbs here.
Yeah, definitely here, right? Being able to have the clam economy in your favor is definitely something very important here in Clam Blitz here, as barely 2 members of Feel Good Inc. goes down here, and they are just put on the back foot once again here, just holding on to these clams here in an attempt to hopefully get something started.
Sure, we're coming into the last 45 of the game. Got to make something happen if you're on Feels Good Inc. So hopefully they can get it done.
Yeah, definitely, right? It's just one of those things that just you have to pick your engagements carefully here and just make sure your life is extended and the enemy goes down here as the Zuka gets popped in an attempt to shut down any more momentum that goes forward here as the Kraken comes out for some more revenge.
They're doing a wipe, and that might be it. If they can't get a re-entered in, it's still possible, but it's not looking good on the side of Feels Good Inc.
Yep. I never say never here, but this is gonna be, you're gonna need a bit of a miracle here if it feels good ink right now. You're gonna need your specials, you're gonna need the clam economy, and right now Spark is just happy and content just to scoop up everything on the map here and prevent anyone from moving forward here. As a lot of specials are popped here and just able to do it, but no, that power clam is gonna get dunked in and end the game right there, giving game 3 to Spark.
There are still games left to play, though, and Feel Good Inc. could still put up a really strong fight. They had a really good opening. They were playing neutral very well, and then, like you said, this is a snowball. It just one thing goes wrong, and they do get a really nice push down to 38, and
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ludi Tonight. We've got another match ready for you guys. Overture versus Fool's Gold, the Div 7 match. Hopefully, we don't have another incident where it's a 3v4, which it's highly likely is not going to happen. But we have all 4 players on both teams ready to go. And joining with me tonight is Cospro I'm going to butcher your name, and I apologize. Cospro Shops and Jake Groot 0. Would you guys like to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Oh, yeah. Hi. I am Carnival, also known as Cospro's Hopes on Discord. I am currently the skirmisher of the Div 9 team, Death Crab for Cutie. This is my first time ever commentating for Ludi tonight, so really hope that my hype energy is enough to keep you guys interested in these matches. I'm very excited for tonight.
And I'm Jake. I'm currently on a Div 11 team called The Wagon, and I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to commentate 2 teams that I'm sure are going to have a great set overall.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, starting things off, tower control Sturgeon. What are your thoughts on this, Carnival?
Sturgeon Tower is a little bit tricky with how I've played it. There's a lot of easy ways that you can progress that objective line really forward if you get a few sneaky beacons underneath that Fight Club area in mid. But other than that, it's pretty standard. I've seen it in a lot of tournaments. I've played it in a lot of tournaments. It's one of my favorites. I'm very excited to see what everybody's going to be bringing tonight and how the map design is going to affect everyone's choices.
Yeah, I mean, I know the spinners are a good source, or like people like to run a lot of backliners because of those spinners going up and down, and lots of opportunities to like have snipes. So, and getting right into this. We'll
All right, let's do it.
pretty
Ooh, we're
standard
seeing
comp.
a ballpoint. And a range blaster, it looks like they're going to be double backline on the Fool's Gold side there. Wonder how that's going to work out for them, honestly. But
I mean,
it's like we're seeing everybody go into it.
immediately the ballpoint, you know, setting up on that snipe, trying to, you know, keep the pressure on them. As both
ballpoints tend to do.
Yeah.
Ooh, looks like we've got a pick on Overture over here as Fool's Gold takes the tower with an early point lead. They've got that Trizuka ready. It's coming out, and looks like they're not going to be able to get any picks with that Trizuka as they're pushed off the tower by those triple ink strikes.
Yeah, and that's 2 down on the side of Fool's Gold, allowing Overture to be able to get that mid control, able to, you know, potentially start a push here.
Now, it looks like that range blaster is absolutely poking that left slosher, and they go down to it, unfortunately, but that range blaster seems to be sneaking up behind him, trying to dislodge that ballpoint. Ooh. We have a fight going on here between the Inkjet and the range blaster, but it looks like that range blaster might be going down to that slosher.
Slosher is able to get that, yeah, Slosher able to get that blaster, and that is now 2 down on Fool's Gold. That's 3 down now on Fool's Gold, and Overture is now able to push that tower, probably going to try and go for the checkpoint here.
Yeah, looks like we've got that ballpoint setting up on that spinner, like you were saying. They are just absolutely going ham over there, protecting that midline, but they get pushed off by the tri-string with some really well-placed shots. Able to easily push them out there.
Yeah, Stringer's doing really well in keeping pressure on that checkpoint, making sure that they can't get it. However, they will get the checkpoint now, as the pressure on the Stringer causes them to go down.
Yeah, looks like Overture has the lead with a 59-71, but they lose the tower just as quick due to some really good plays over here by this NZAP, making sure that they're pushing with the suction bombs. You see a trade go down.
And Fool's Gold here really pushing up, trying to get that checkpoint, trying to get the lead. You know, the chumps come out.
Man, it's honestly pretty close so far.
Very, very even, yeah. And that blaster is setting up in a really good spot there, potentially able to get one. The Zuka does come out for Fool's Gold as they go for the checkpoint too. See, this is the big checkpoint that people like to go after, because from there it just kind of steamrolls to the end.
Yeah, looks like they are just 2 down on Fool's Gold side. But that stray suction bomb gets 1 down on Overtures, and they easily reclaim that tower, riding it up into mid. Trying to get some picks along the way, so it seems, but Fool's Gold has a beat on them. They've taken control of mid, and it seems unlikely that they're able to get control anytime soon. With that Inkjet coming out, trying to get some picks, but looks like they go down to the range blaster, which is not always a fun thing to be on the receiving end of.
And then that's a good pick from the range, because that allows Fool's Gold to be able to push up now. The cooler coming out, being able to, you know, 1, letting them respawn quickly, but 2, giving them, you know, faster shot speed and other, like, good buffs. And that's a wipe out on the side of Fool's Gold.
It seems like... Oh! This might be their chance to get that tower all the way to the very end.
Yeah, the Chump's doing really
looks like
good
they're pushed way up into Overture's base.
That's Stringer keeping pressure on that top right.
My goodness.
And it's just one pick after another for Fool's Gold. They're pushing up so much. They have so much control. I think that might be it.
There's that tower, riding it all the way to victory. What an incredible range blaster play, getting that Inkjet out of the air. It's not an easy thing to do, especially when you're a range blaster.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do in general with any weapon. You know, the inkjet's a really good displacement tool, but being able to get that inkjet out of the way was a great start to the push, and they were able to just keep the pressure on, keep pushing up, keep trying to back lock out. And as you can see here, the stringer doing really good on the opposing team snipe, just keeping pressure here, able to keep them back and letting the tower get closer and letting everyone else push up to be able to get this tower up.
Yeah, that was an incredible play by both of those backslash midliners on the side of Overture, just able to keep pressure on, or on my apologies, on Fool's Gold side, able to keep pressure on Overture, and just managing to get that tower all the way to the very end for that knockout. That was some pretty good teamwork on their end. Good coordination with specials and pairing up for the buddy system.
Yes, that was very smart and very good. And now we move on to game 2, which is Manta Maria Rainmaker. I know this is a very.
I do like a good Manta game.
I do like to be on boats a lot, But a big thing about this Rainmaker, this map with Rainmaker is the 2 checkpoints. They're both very close to each other, so it's very easy when you're pushing to go one way and switch to the other immediately. I know, and then there's the jump on the right checkpoint, which a lot of people try and go for, which it's a good it gives you a good straight line to the goal.
And Manta Maria Rainmaker is known for that brutal push from checkpoint to goal, with them dropping down into the other team's spawn over the grates. And looks like we're going right into it. I'm excited to see what they're bringing this time. Looks like they've got similar comps on both teams, but it seems that Range Blaster has been swapped out for the Nautilus, which is honestly a really excellent pick on this map.
I really like how the Naught's able to get so much pressure, or it's able to pressure a lot when it comes to this bunker area, being able to have the range and
absolutely.
ability. Yeah.
They swam right up to that ballpoint, trying to get them to move out of the way, and it does work. They're just going after that ballpoint, trying to dislodge them, but they're unable to for the time being. But we'll see how that happens from now.
And that is 2 down, and the Knot goes down on the side of Fool's Gold, which allows Overture to be able to start pushing up here, allowing them to potentially get that first checkpoint. The strike's helping them get the first checkpoint there.
There is that checkpoint. Checkpoint broke on the side of Overture. Those sodas really helped get that speed up in there to. Oh my God, they're going for it. All the way down to 26 with that meat grinder.
Here's that drop you were talking about how brutal it is once you get past that drop to be able to get to be able to stop them, because they are that close to the goal at that point.
It is honestly kind of hell to go through. But geez, looks like Fool's Gold is just going down one after another here, with that drop being absolutely decimated.
That's
Overture has the advantage here. They're going to be pushing up, trying to get that into the goal as far as they can. Unfortunately, the drop proves to be a little tricky once again. Overture is down 2 now. It'd be wise for them to back up and devise a plan for what's going to happen next.
Matsuka coming out and getting the ball point. Being able to get that backline out there. That's 2 down on Overture again. And that'll allow them to push up and get the space needed to be able to, reset this Rainmaker and devise a push.
Yeah, always hate to see Azuka directly to the face. Looks like they're going to be trying to go over sneaky, painting up so they can get that bunker clear, which seems to work. That suction bomb coming out and poking at them, but looks like they're unable to get any picks with that. That ballpoint holding a steady grasp.
They did have really good bunker control there. However, one does go down in that bunker area, allowing them to get that control back and allowing them to be able to try and fight. There's the V-shot flanking. Seeing if they are able to get one. They get a bomb on the bunker.
We love a good flank.
They're able to get that jump in as well, which will be big. The not specifically. The Zuka does come out.
Oh yeah. Zuka fight. We love to see him over here. Doesn't look like either of them got a pick on that though.
Neither Zuka able to get a pick, but it does displace Overture a bit, which allows Fool's Gold to start pushing up, trying to get that checkpoint.
They're 2 down though. This might not be the smartest option unless they can clear out that space really quick. Get jumps provided in there. Looks like they're playing the long game here. Ooh! Double inkjet kill. You love to see it.
Yeah,
Got one up on bunks somewhere. They're unable to find out where exactly they are, but they're in danger if they can't find that shark.
And this bunker control is so crucial because it allows you to just see almost the entirety of mid. So being able to hold that control and
absolutely.
and hold that that area is just a great way to be able to, you know, start a push if needed or like defend. But as I say that is that is bunker control for Fool's Gold, allowing them to push up and get close to the checkpoint. However, the Rampage does go down, and that is now 2 down on Fool's Gold.
Yeah, it's getting down to the wire here. We're under 30 seconds until overtime, but they do manage to break that checkpoint. However, they've still got a long way to go before they win this match. If they win this match. Overture's got a pretty hefty lead here. One breaks away, but is unable to get all the way down into that wall. I think this might be it.
This will definitely be the keep that Rainmaker painted.
Keep that Rainmaker unlocked. Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh. And that's one for Overture. We saw some really excellent work there.
Yeah. They were really good. I know they were really good at, yeah, they were really good at, you know, once they pushed, being able to back up, realize that they had to just defend, and being able to, you know, take the game, tying it up 1-1.
Oh yeah, that ballpoint with that excellent bunker control was able to really hold down a grasp on that mid. And here we see they're able to keep that Rainmaker unpopped just in time for the timer to tick down despite all odds. Being pressured from both sides.
That knot, you can see there, that knot coming in and trying to pop, but unable to. They put all their you know, all their pressure on the Rainmaker to try and pop it, but you know, Overture held strong, and they were able to, you know, take the game.
Yeah, it was some pretty incredible moves by both of them, to be honest with you. But as you said, that bunker control on Manta Maria, especially Rainmaker, is crucial. You're able to see most of mid and stop most pushes before they even start. Good paint control helps win the match most of the time.
Yep. And now we move on to Inkblot Art Academy, not Tower Control, but Clam Blitz. I know Tower Control is the big, you know, counter pick for most teams when it comes to Inkblot. But here we're gonna see like how the teams deal with Clam Blitz, and you know, the ramp that's right by that plat area that makes it easy to, you know, get to basket.
Yeah, Clam Blitz is a finicky mode, especially on Inkblot, where you have easy access up into their bats. If you're the offensive team, really one couple of quick jumps into their bats when they don't know can easily end a game just as quickly as it starts. It's you got to keep a really good eye on not only your ramp, on the left into the basket, but also on the right for any incoming flanks. So sneakiness is definitely appreciated on this specific map mode, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, I know a big thing is teams have to watch out for those ink rails and making sure that people don't try and sneak behind them, as that's happened multiple. And as we get into it, we're seeing pretty much the same comps all around. There's a Tri-Slosher and a V-Blaster coming out on the side of on the side of Fool's Gold here.
Some interesting picks, but I'm honestly willing to see ready and willing to see how it's going to work on their end. We've already got a fight coming in. That Blaster easily taking down one of Overture's, and another one. They're 3 down. They are ready. They have the clams. They're ready to push in. Looks like they might be able to take an early lead on this one.
And for a map like this, an early lead's really good because it is hard to push on these maps, as you can see right here. They get the power clam. They're unable to do much as the team, as Overture has respawned and is using the Zuka to pressure them away.
Oh yeah. Looks like they are just juggling the clams up here, trying to get them into the basket. That bubble comes out. And you see that barrier break with an 80 to 100. Fool's Gold's able to actually toss a few extra clams in there, bringing it down to 74. That was a really sneaky play on their part, hiding behind that box and then jumping out at the right time.
Yeah, and this gives them, you know, while it's not a big lead, it's a lead, and in some cases, a lead is better than a big lead.
Yeah, it seems like the combined area of effect from the bucket, the tri-stringer, and the blaster seem to be giving Overture a lot of trouble here. But they're able to keep a really good neutral game. You hate to see it.
Yeah, but this is a really good control from Fool's Gold as they push up, trying to, you know, 1, keep control, but 2, try and maybe get another push to increase their lead. As 1 goes down, they pick up Overture picks up the pity here, but they're still getting pressure from all these auto bombs and tri-stringer shots, you know, which is allowing Fool's Gold to keep this mid control that they want.
That was an excellent jump out by that ballpoint Splatling who felt threatened down by the right. It just seems to be bombs aplenty with those chumps coming out. That tri-stringer's got almost the power clam. You might be seeing a push from them if they can dislodge that ballpoint, honestly, but looks like they're 3 and 3.
The stringer does go down. I was about to say that stringer has such a good spot, but has to be careful that the ballpoint does not push them. And as I said, that they did. This looks like Overture using that
pushed them.
Yeah, Overture using that Zuka looks like they're going to try and push and take the lead here. The strikes coming in, able to give them
they broke that barrier.
The issue here is that Overture does not have clams.
They don't have enough clams.
So they're letting that basket just close without any real push.
Ooh. They are neck and neck in this game right here. Just able to keep both of them really good control of mid when they can. But I think Fool's Gold might have the upper hand here with those area of effect weapons, just absolutely pummeling Overture, pardon my language.
Yeah. I mean, the Fool's Gold is doing a great job of keeping mid control. The stringer is doing great at pressuring the ball point and, you know, trying to keep the pressure. But that Zuka gets the stringer.
Ooh.
The blaster barely missing it. And the strikes also come in, allowing them to get that completely swap control here. Yeah. And they get the ball in.
They've got a bubble out, but oh my gosh! There was a clam behind the bubble and it dunked it immediately into that barrier. Overture has the lead now. Looks like they're 40 seconds down though, and they're just parked right on top of that stack, ready to keep that neutral mid painted.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I don't know if you saw, but they went 3 down there after the clam basket closed, or Fool's Gold did, allowing Overture to keep this pressure with just under 20 seconds left. This is a time where Fool's Gold like they have to start pushing. They have to start, you know, trying to get picks, trying to get the clam, because they have the clam economy to take the lead. It's not a big lead.
Yeah, it is not a big lead at all. They've got the clams. They just got to go forth and push. They got to get a pick to get some specials out in there. And, ooh, a sneaky clam going over the ramp directly behind the stringer. And it looks like Overture has taken yet another game. That was some incredible sneaky clam plays that we saw there, with that power clam going behind the bubble to get them that lead, and then just immediately throwing it into the basket without the stringer being able to take them down.
Yeah. You know, and I mean, once they got rolling there, they just kept on throwing clams in, kept on keeping the pressure. As here we see that ending with the you know, the blaster was doing well at keeping it. The bomb does get one there, which allowed this V shot to be able to get around and push in with that power clam, ending the game. As you see here, the stringer putting pressure, but then they are able to get in and end it right there.
Look at that, just able to sneak right by. Yeah, Clam Blitz is a really fast-paced game. You're able to take a lot of points if you're not if the defending team isn't careful, and it seems like Fool's Gold kind of lost that fight on their end. But looks like we've got Humpback, Pump Track, Splat Zones coming up. And here's an interesting tidbit. Humpback, Pump Track, Splat Zones has only been used in 2 tournaments. And that is this one happening right now. And we also had one, I believe, in SOS. It's not a very common map mode, and you'll see why when we get in there. There's a lot of ridges and hills and very big zone that just makes it kind of awkward to fight in the neutral game.
Yes.
I'm not sure what they're going to be bringing for this one, if they're going to be changing anything, because it's not seen often. It's a weird map mode to fight on.
It very much is. I definitely remember back in Splatoon 2, this was probably one of the worst map modes to play.
Oh man.
Yeah, but here we don't have Ray, so that's a positive. But I'm wondering if we will see missiles from either team, as that was big. That's a big source of, you know, displacement, and it also is really good at painting zone.
Yeah, we'll see if we get missiles or not. Which it looks like same comp on Overture's side. Ooh, we do see that sloshing machine coming out, which has Booyah Bomb, which is another really good choice for painting that zone super quickly. But here we go.
Yeah, and immediately, automatically getting into it. A lot of skirmishing on the zone itself. You know, going back and forth. However, Overture does get like initial control, being pushed back now as their ball point does go down.
We see that sloshing machine on Fool's Gold side, able to keep a really good hold on Overture, as they are just sloshing away, sloshing to their heart's content.
And but yeah,
it looks like Overture is able to take lead right back from them. It's very back and forth map mode, this one is, and seems to be living up to its reputation as being a weird zone.
Yeah. And as we see the chumps come out, Fool's Gold is able to get the zone and get control of mid with the cooler, forcing all of Fool's or Overture to go back into their spawn area. The Inkjet does come out here trying to, you know, find a pick. unable to cap zone there.
Yeah, they are still 3-3. It's anyone's game. Looks like Fool's Gold still unable to get that lead quite yet, unless able to yep, cap the zone, tick it down a little bit. We see that Tri-Slosher going into their area, trying to use those fizzies in that corridor to keep them out of that specific spot.
Yep, and that's also. But yeah, that was also forcing them into one spot. But however, the Zuka gets one, it gets two, and this will flip the zone and flip control of mid. They were able to get the Zuka able to get two. However, the Booyah Bomb able to pay zone there, as you know, Fool's Gold is keeping really good control here of that zone, able to keep Overture like locked out on their side by their base.
And we see that Trizuka come out, applying pressure onto their platform, unable to get any picks, but it scares them off enough to where they're completely unable to move up and in. But looks like they're going to try now with those Tri-Strikes coming out, as well as Inkjet trying to paint the zone, and they cap it with both of those specials. Chumps immediately coming in after, though, to try and retake that zone. But Overture able to hold that zone for now, and they have run through their barrier and ticking down.
However, that combination of specials was able to displace them enough, able to get one. However, Overture does get the zone back, even though they are one down. The Zuka comes out from Overture in a weird spot, I might add, and causing them to go down. That's now 2 down on Overture, allowing. Oh wait, that's 3 down on Fool's Gold now, allowing Overture to get the zone back there.
Ooh. Yeah, that was smart move jumping out, but now Overture has free reign over the zone, and they're able to keep that pain on there and hold on. That Inkjet coming out, trying to get Fool's Gold back up onto their plat and stay there.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate.
Caught in a Booyah Bomb.
Caught in the Booyah Bomb there, and that's a delayed 3 down on the side of Overture. The last one, the Zuka gets 1. They're in a weird spot in the opponent's base here. By that snipe, unable to back up, getting 1, being able to stay in that area. Overture keeping a really good handle on the zone.
Trying their best to tick through that timer, it looks like, with just everybody throwing everything at that zone. It's a really close one. If Fool's Gold loses any discipline over the zone, Overture will be easily able to tick through that timer and get them down so they take the lead. But it looks like it's just a battle for the death on this zone right now.
Yeah, and Fool's Gold's trying to
retake control.
Yeah, they're trying to get this zone. They're right there. They get the cap, and that is Fool's Gold tying it up.
That was a slim window of time in order to cap that zone, but Fool's Gold manages to do so by throwing all of their ink onto the zone at once. That was a pretty incredible play, to be honest with you. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time looking at that.
Yeah, and that was great. That was great coordination to be able to, try and get the picks of the people pushing up there to be able to try and paint the zone there, using their specials in a good way to keep that capped as the time was ticking down, not letting the pressure get to them in any way. As you see that Booyah Bomb, that Booyah Bomb not doing much, but the giving enough paint there for the machine to be able to push in and get that pick right there, causing Overture to go 3 down and for them to be able to cap and win.
Buckets on both sides of that zone. They were able to just easily cover that zone in paint with that pick. They were able to take that zone, take control, and take the lead, take the win. They're tied up 2-2.
2-2 as we go into Mako Mart Tower. This is another, another map that a lot of people like to counterpick, specifically this mode as well. But yeah, so I think here a big thing to watch out for is stat control, which is, being able to keep those, especially with like the stringer and the BP, if they can have stat control when like on that first checkpoint and when they're pushing up, it's a great source of pressure on the opponents, being able to like keep that pressure and even with the BP and the inkjet and stuff, a great source of availability there, being able to try and keep them displaced and backed up. It could mean the difference between a win or a loss in some cases, because all these games have been really close so far.
Oh, absolutely. Mako Tower control is all about following that objective line and keeping control of your stack, but also the opponent's stack in order to push them all the way back up into their spawn and easily lock them out of that area. Honestly, it's anyone's game still. I'm kind of excited to see what sort of battles we're going to be seeing here.
Yeah.
As we jump right into it. Same comp on Overture's side. And it looks like they're bringing out that range blaster.
I really like this.
Here we go.
I really like this range pick, as that is a good way of AoE on the stacks and stuff to be able to keep specifically like the BP pressure.
Speaking of which, they have already taken both of the stacks using that range blaster to easily just get all of those people out of that stack. Like you were saying, range is a really good pick on this one. It's kind of hard to counter a range blaster unless you can sneak up into its blast radius without dying. But it looks like, oh my goodness. Fool's Gold over here just keeping an absolute hold on that tower as they take control of that stack again.
They get that first checkpoint, however, they do need a backup now as both teams are 2 down. That BP keeping the pressure on the the people still up on Fool's Gold.
Ooh. Looks like a preliminary jump into that stack as the BP immediately backs up due to a pick on Fool's Gold's side. Yeah, smart move. I wouldn't want to be up there with a range blaster either.
And Fool's Gold is continuing their assault on this this top left area where that BP is, forcing them to move over and group up with the zap in the top right as the blasters are able to get that BP. Like I said, the AoE able to pressure that BP from a distance, especially with the range that the range blaster has, as Fool's Gold is coming up on that second checkpoint. This is the checkpoint that it really matters in a lot of cases, because this is where most games are decided on Mako Tower.
Oh, absolutely. Seems like Overture's able to break out just a little bit, but it seems like Fool's Gold still has most of the map control. They're just pushing Overture into that little spaces, into those little spaces, getting them to back up even further. They're staggering a little bit here, so it seems Overture is.
Yeah. Overture able to get that one. However, getting the jump, that V-shot in a very bad spot there, unable to be traded out. However, they did get 2 there, and with that, let's force them back up. The Zuka comes out. I think that got the stringer.
Ooh! It got the stringer, but some excellent dodge work by that Tri-Slosher there, able to get out of the way of the Zuka using the map geometry. You love to see it. That beat shot just absolutely cleaning up with that Zuka. My goodness.
That Inkjet, however, doing really good at pushing that V-shot back, unable to get, making sure that they can't get too much value with that Zuka and allowing them to push up. Zap trying to stop the tower, having to back up, jumping out. As this will be the
Looks like
first push
Overture finally has Yeah.
Yeah.
They finally have control of mid. They're just able to absolutely push out Fool's Gold, but Fool's Gold coming up with that blaster onto the
Ooh.
tower. They're gonna try and take that BP out of there.
Inkjet getting
That
2
BP
there.
Inkjet is able to get a double. Ooh, they're jumping back in. They took the lead. They're past checkpoint 2, and they're just riding it
But
as
they get
far
wiped out
as
there.
they can.
They get wiped out there, which allows
Ooh.
this Range Blaster to set up right
This is
into
a
the snipe
dangerous
area.
situation.
They can't let this get too much out of their control. They have to probably deal with this Range Blaster. You know, keeping the snipe control there, making sure that no one's able to be there, and forcing them into one spot for the Zuka to come in. That's 2 down on the side of Overture there, allowing Fool's Gold to start pushing up.
Ooh. Yeah, and they are with them easily able to take that Zuka shot and then move out of the way of subsequent ones, as they have total control of mid right now. They're just able to pick off Overture one after the other. It's a fight to the death over here on checkpoint 2. They're trying their best to get past it, and it looks like they might be able to take lead.
Fool's Gold,
and there's lead.
There.
Fool's Gold is now, oh my gosh,
and
riding that tower dancing all the way through that area.
Yeah. And that puts a lot of pressure here on Overture, because they have to get it all the way down to that 3rd checkpoint and get it like almost halfway through that as well. And with the pressure coming from that Inkjet, just unable to hop on that tower, giving Fool's Gold the win, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good last-minute push by Fool's Gold. They were able to really capitalize, pushing into that platform area with that range blaster. Just that fight to the death at checkpoint 2. It happens.
Yeah, that checkpoint's really crucial in any game, really, because you see a lot of times that 2nd checkpoints, because that's right where, you know, the backliners like to play when the other teams start pushing. So you'll see that those big fights happen where the frontlines are able to get that that control to be able to try and fight the backlines. And usually if they get that 2nd checkpoint, they're really good at, you know, keeping control of the tower, getting to that 3rd checkpoint at least. Yeah, and as we go in here, Rainmaker Museum de Alfonsino. This one's
always a classic tournament map.
I've seen in lots of like different map pools and stuff. Your biggest bet is to try and fight around the Rainmaker pop, because a lot of the times teams like to go for the Rainmaker pop to try and get control, but you don't really get that much control here from the Rainmaker pop.
And considering Museum de Alfonsino's map geometry, there are a lot of really funny jumps that you can do from the spinners that just absolutely destroy those points on the board. I can think of the one up in the enemy platform. If you go on the top of the spinner there, you can easily jump onto the left, and they're just not expecting it most of the time. I wonder if we'll be seeing that there. I'm kind of pumped. I love Rainmaker Museum de Alfonsino. It's honestly one of my favorite Rainmaker maps to play.
It's definitely, it feels very even on both sides, I would say, because both sides, you know, once you get to the checkpoint, it's hard to push past that. We have seen lots in the past of people, you know, able to sneak through there. As we come out with the comps, no chain is on either side here.
I say bringing that range blaster to Museum de Alfonsino is a really good choice. There are a lot of ledges that it can just be a menace underneath and cause picks to happen left and right. But looks like Fool's Gold is already 1 down. Looks like they're going to try and capitalize on that. Not grabbing the Rainmaker quite yet. Looks like they're waiting for that ramp to be cleared before grabbing it and making that jump over there.
Yeah, they did
But
make
they
that
lose
jump.
the Rainmaker to that splatter shot.
Yeah, unable to get checkpoint there, which is big because that checkpoint is probably the hardest checkpoint to get in this map because you know you're able to run run over after that first checkpoint. But Fool's Gold doing really good here at popping the Rainmaker, keeping the control, that Zuka coming out, being able to displace the teammates, but Overture here able to get that mid control and get control of the Rainmaker there.
Yeah. Ooh. Looks like Fool's Gold has grabbed the Rainmaker. I'm not sure if that was the right move with the Zukas coming out, but they're able to keep a really good hold of it. Unable to get it past that spinner, though, as Overture comes around and pincers them between those times.
Yeah.
It's anyone's game still.
Yeah, and with that Inkjet coming out, able to get really good control of that plat area, this could be the checkpoint for Overture. The Strike's able to keep them there as they do get the checkpoint, having to back off there.
Just in that immediate dunk into that checkpoint. That Zuka unable to take out that ball point. They're schmoving. But I don't think they're going to be able to capitalize on that push any longer. Unless they can get rid of that stringer just parked up there,
Yeah. The stringer, if they can get rid of the stringer there, that's a lot of pressure taken off of their mid and trying to get a push. If they can get that stringer down, they can push. But however, Overture is 3 down.
Ooh.
This allows Fool's Gold.
3 down. They've got Soda's out.
Yeah, Soda's out, able to
They're
push
going
up.
for it.
They get the jump, but however, the Inkjet comes in and stops them from getting checked, getting 2 there.
Inkjet is a really good displacement tool, especially on this map. There seems to be a lot of open space in neutral where the Inkjet can just easily corner somebody. BP easily taking care of that range blaster, but unable to save their Rainmaker.
Yeah, Overture being able to drop that Rainmaker.
Keeping a really good hold of mid.
Yeah. That BP able to, just scope out mid, being able to call out where everybody is, able to help with fights, getting 1 there. Nizuka does come out, gets the BP, able to create pressure on the plant. 3 down on Overture. They're able to probably get checkpoint here.
And we see them squid roll into that checkpoint.
And they're able to get that pop as well. However, Overture unable to drop it down there, that gives so much control to the Fool's Gold, and they're able to push up. However, Overture is able to drop it now. The V shot able to get it back into mid. However, they do get wiped from that.
Overture is wiped out.
And if I
Seeing
were
Fool's Gold at the advantage here, they're gonna push up into that ramp.
Yeah,
and
the Zuka coming out to help the Rainmaker.
They take the lead, just pushing it towards that goal.
Unable to get that KO, but they have it at such a good spot right now. That Zap being able to stay alive, trying
this is a tough one to come back to.
Yeah, the reset there, good reset. This Fool's Gold still has mid control. However, there is a shark here. They might not expect that.
Yeah, it looks like they grabbed the Rainmaker. They're pushed to the side by that suction pump and grab the Rainmaker. They're trying to keep a good hold of Plat. Overture is 3 down though. This might be it.
Yeah, that's a wipe. That should be it.
I think that is game over. With Fool's Gold taking their 4th game. We're at match point, I believe, here. If Fool's Gold can take this next game, then they win this Ludi match.
Yeah, they win the set, They probably have a lot of confidence going into this last match, winning 3 in a row, being able to, on. As Our next map after we see this beautiful replay of this push, you know, the Zuka there being able to keep that pressure, also getting paint there for that Rainmaker. They're getting it oh so close to that, to KOing there. However, you know, getting stopped. The Zap being able to, you know, shark there, keeping the pressure off there. But that was such a good Zuka there. Not only getting the BP, but being able to displace and paint for that that Rainmaker to push up and try and get all those points with under a minute left.
Yeah, that was an incredible push on their end. As we see, we go into Barnacle and Dime Clam Blitz, which honestly I've grown really fond of. There are a lot of interesting places to play those clams from.
I'm gonna be honest, I just like Barnacle now because of the misspelling. it's
fair enough.
Yeah, it's perfect. But misspelling aside, you know, Barnacle Clams, this is a very easy map to steamroll on and get, you know, once you have control, once you have a push, able to, you know, steamroll and pile on. However, it is also easy. That means it's also easy to lose the lead just as much.
Yeah, that Fight Club area right below that platform where the basket is located is very hard one to take fights in. It's honestly anybody's game down there, but I'm curious to see how these Clam Blitz matches are going to be playing out. It seems like both of these teams are pretty good at Clam Blitz.
I'm definitely interested to see what Fool's Gold has to pull out, because they've been switching comps almost every game and pulling out stuff we probably wouldn't, you know, usually see. You know, they brought out the machine that was, you know, nerfed to all hell recently, and like nerfed to like crazy recently, I should say. And you know, they brought out the range, which is something that, you know, you don't really see in top level these days. But so I'm interested to see like what they pull out here to try and, you know, one, counter the ballpoint, and because they have the read on what Overture is playing, because they've been, if my memory is correct, they've been playing the same thing every map. So we'll see what they do, and if Overture, you know, makes any changes to their comp as we get into this match on Barnacle and Dime.
And speaking of the same comp, Overture stays on that same comp. And it seems like Fool's Gold is the same comp as well, with that Range Blaster and Tri-Stringer combo working out really well for them. It's all a game of who can take mid and hold it the most, and honestly seems like Fool's Gold has the upper hand here with that paint control.
And that's three.
You're
that's
able to capitalize. Oh my god, 3 down.
That's a wipeout already in the
that Range Blaster absolutely cleaning up.
Unable to score though, as that shot was able to respawn and save them from the score. Getting one there. The chumps come in, hopefully trying to get that power clam. However, Fool's Gold is backing up and playing this smart, not worrying about the push just yet.
Yeah, that power clam goes down, but that was a really early and dangerous place to be at when you're match point. Directly Zuka to the face, as per usual, from what it seems like. I don't think Overture should be capitalizing on this push just yet. They are a little bit too far deep into enemy territory.
That's 3 down on Overture again. This time, Fool's Gold should be able to capitalize off this. They have the ball already, however, they aren't pushing up. They do get the score here, with the Stringer getting 1. And they get another ball in as well there.
Yeah, we see that double clam go in, but that shot going down as they are unable to get in. And so is the Range Blaster, jumping into a really dangerous position there and getting penalized for it.
The soda does come out there, but they do get punished there by the Stringer. That's 2 down on Overture again. The strikes coming out, I think, honestly, a bit prematurely there, knowing that they're 2 down. But, you know, they have mid control because of it, so who can say? As Fool's Gold manages to start pushing back up, they get the Zap who pushes it up there a lot, trying to get the blaster, able to get it, but gets traded out.
We see those sodas come out. They're able to pincer them on either side, but oh my gosh, it looks like Fool's Gold is 2 down. Overture has a slight advantage here. They're able to just absolutely go at them with that bucket, but that bucket goes down to the range blaster. And Overture is
there as well.
Once again.
Yeah, once again, yeah, that blaster able to have so much pressure and so much value on the backliners, and just keeping the pressure in general. Being able to as that's a wipeout on for Fool's Gold. They're going to capitalize off this. They have the great clam economy here. This will be a big score if they can get all those clams in. As the Zuka gets 3.
Yeah. That was an incredible Zuka play on their end. They're able to just push up into Overture's area and keep them locked out, as is so easy to do on this map mode. Ooh, that is a double.
That V-Shot having so much...
The barrier is back up, though.
Yeah, that V-Shot having so much value in that push. Getting the Zuka, I believe that was actually a double. But still, getting the double with the Zuka and then getting another double on top of it, keeping them control and just staggering staggering Overture here, putting them in a tough situation as they have to get down to 32 to take this lead. If the range blaster gets 1, and that's 3 down on the side of Overture again.
There's 3 down on their side. And they're pushing up, trying to get those clams in there, but they are stopped by that push and fight club.
Unfortunately, they do miss the
rough
power
one here.
there, as they try to save it.
And it looks like Overture is easily able to push them out of that area. With you see this I don't even. It's hard to tell what's going on. There is so much ink flying everywhere, splats on both sides.
That was a 3 down.
Looks like Overture is trying to capitalize on that 3 down, though.
Yeah, they have the control, but will they be able to keep it? That jump coming in, getting stopped. 2 down, and that's 2 down on Overture with 3 seconds left. I don't know if they'll be able to get to the power climb in time. They get it, but they get killed before they can do it. The power climb drops in a very unfortunate spot as Overture goes 3 down. Again. And that's the game, and that's the
game.
Fool's Gold taking it 5-2.
Wow. Those were some incredible plays on both sides, but it seems like Overture might have lost their footing a little bit there on that Barnacle and Dime Clam Blitz match. But those were some amazing matches tonight, honestly. I'm very happy with how those turned out, with Fool's Gold taking the set 2-5.
Yeah, and I mean, looking back at the replay, they get the wipeout here. They're able to push in. They immediately just start pushing and pushing, and you see here they get the clams. They get the power clam. They get the clams. In. That V-Shot gets the Zuka. Gets the BP there.
There's that double coming out.
And yeah, that's the double. They don't get that last person that's back there, unfortunately. They get that clam, go up to the top here. As Fool's Gold goes 2 down, they shark. Trying to keep this clam basket open. They get the clam and then they get the double trade here, which was big staggering and able to. Yeah.
Wow, incredible matches here, to be honest with you. It's my goodness.
That was overall that was a really good set. I mean, most games were really close. Obviously, the Barnacle and Dime one was more heavy-sided towards Fool's Gold, being able to get those clam pushes and just keeping the pressure on. Constantly having Overture go 2-3 down, getting wipes. It was a very good attempt from Overture though. And I mean, both teams should be really proud of how they played because that was a good set.
It was a really good set. But as we are winding down to the top of the hour, we are to throw it back to our broadcaster here and see what's in store for you guys next here on Ludi Tonight.
All right, yes, thank you. What a set. Fool's Gold and Overture just going ahead and fighting it out there. That Barnacle and Dime triple from the Zuka and just causing Fool's Gold to just go in and just capitalize and snowball off of that. That, honestly, I think was the game-winning play like right there, and them just having a solid defense against Overture's pushes. That was a match to definitely watch. Let's see here. So, anyways, do you guys have any final words, like anywhere where we can find you guys, per se?
Well, I mean, you guys can find me all around the Splatoon Twitch community. I like to hang around a lot, but you can also find me on Twitter at JCroot0, and I occasionally stream on Twitch here at JCroot0 as well.
All right, and Carnival, is there anywhere? No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
I'm around via Splatoon Discord community mainly. You'll see me in a lot of low-level draft tournaments, and I am the social media moderator for the Death Crab SPL Twitter. You can find me there, or hey, if you see me around any of the draft tourney servers, shoot me a hello. I promise I don't bite.
All right, thank you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and transition over to our final set that will be happening in just a few minutes. We're going to take a few minutes of a break to go ahead and set things up, but we will see you guys very shortly for our Div 8 match of Shark Bites versus Angel Inc. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, welcome back. We're back from a very short break. We got one last set for you tonight. Shark Bites versus Angel Inc., a Div 8 match. And joining me tonight for this final exciting match, we got Lily and SOS Grace. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing extremely well. It's a bright, sunny day for me at the moment, but I'm excited here for Ludi tonight during my daytime. How are you going, Grace?
I am wonderful. I've never had anyone introduce me as SOS Grace before. I mean, I know it's my username, but this is wonderful. I'm very excited. I commentated another Div 8 match last week. So I'm super hyped going into this. A little bit of info about these two teams here. They are currently down a match so far in Division 8. So they haven't quite found their footing yet as teams. So this is going to be interesting to kind of see how they face against each other, Lily.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoever will come out on top this set will be getting their first win this Ludi season as well. And just want to go through these rosters on Shark Bites. We've got Enki, Luna, Witty Sleeves, Pudentia, and Blue. Angel Inc., Vivi, Rin, Jacob, Goetels, and Cloud. So some of these, if you are familiar with any streamers, you might recognize a few here. Aside from that, I'm very interested to see what these two teams bring to the table in this best of 9 set.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up streamers, which is very interesting. When I did my secret little FBI info deep dive on both of these teams, which was just looking at their Twitter accounts, Shark Bites actually participated in this kind of streamer-hosted event, it looks like, kind of supporting trans lives. It was called Splat for Trans Lives, so shout out to Shark Bites for participating in that. It looks like they have a lot of tournament experience. I mean, it looks like they played in the Flutie that just happened, or I guess not just happened, but and they also played from the Ink Up, and it looks like they did Little Squid League back in like August.
Yeah, definitely a number of results to look at on Shark Bites as well. I'm currently actually looking at, on the screen we'll be seeing the first couple of map modes. First one being Tower Control and Sturgeon Shipyard. Now, what do you think of this map mode in particular? I know that Tower Control for myself can be a little bit of a snowball at sometimes. But Sturgeon Shipyard, what do you think of it here?
Oh my gosh, Lily. I will have you know, I swear, I feel like I just saw this. Was this on last week? Maybe it was on CCA, but I swear it's like, oh my gosh, people have not been liking it recently. Just because it can be a little tough to kind of get back out on. It's very like attacker heavy, if that makes sense. Like once you kind of get in their base, it's so hard to get out here. But look at these comps, Lily. What are you thinking?
Okay, so I'm interested to see how on Shark Bites they have a shorter range comp than what Angel Inc. has, because Angel Inc. is obviously, they're running the ball point. They have the capability to go in and retake the Inkjet and to hold, especially once you get onto the opposing team's spinner as well, and looking over the court, you can definitely get some powerful positioning there when you're on the attacking side. But it already looks like Shark Bites, I believe it's Shark Bites, has got the upper hand here in terms of being able to take the mid already. Even though they're down one player on either side, it looks like Shark Bites have taken the initiative to get on the tower to get those early points in at the moment, with Angel Inc. still on the back foot trying to prevent that from happening.
And we see Angel Inc. is really, like you said, on the back foot, kind of pushed back into their spawn here. We see this Nautilus putting in a lot of work trying to get them out of mid, popping that Storm, which is really going to help push them back, delay Angel Inc.'s push here, Lily.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something that I think Shark Bites is going to be working to their benefit. A lot of the time, having that Ink Storm here is going to be at least slowing down what Angel Inc. can do. And Angel already seems to be pushing up all the way to checkpoint 1. We can see how the Inkjet was definitely supporting that, but they are definitely being held back by Luna's Nautilus. Luna being taken out, 2 players taken out on the side of Shark Bites. Things are not looking too good for them, as Angel Inc. gets their Zuka to hold this space run from them, only to be answered by Sharkbite's Tri-Strikes, only momentarily pushing them off the tower. But this is going to be a tricky move into Sharkbite's court if Angel Link doesn't get someone up onto some high ground overlooking that, just to make sure that that whole space is clear for them to move up. With 2 players going down, I think this might be the end of their push, because they have to stay a little bit more safe here before they begin to get any more points on the table.
Like we were saying, I mean, it can be very attacker-based, but only if you can push it that far. I mean, we see Angel Link take control back here. The tower didn't even move back to mid Lily, and they're already, I mean, they do just go 2 down. Nice bomb there from Enki on the side of Sharkbites, but this might be the big break that they need to kind of try and get that advantage back for them.
Yeah, absolutely. The call is definitely going to help with that advantage in terms of being able to win those fights and be able to retake mid. We saw them at the very start of the game. They were able to take mid very, very efficiently, and it looks like they are going for that once again, but they are going to be pushed aside by the reef slider, so it might not be their opening just yet to be able to take this tower back in their control. Perhaps the Zuka hoping to create an opening there, but it looks like they are losing players in the process, so I'm not sure if this is necessarily going to be their move back to take lead off of Angel Link just yet.
Yeah, Lily, I mean, it's going to be really, really tough here for Sharkbites. They opt to jump out. I see Luna jump out there, which is definitely the best play. I mean, is that a DC on the side of Sharkbites? Oh, that's really, really unfortunate, especially because it's too late in the match and their opponents definitely pushed way past the time to where that would have been an allowed replay.
Absolutely, but with this player disadvantage, Sharkbite is definitely going to be having to work around the frontline pairing of the NZAP and the shot, with Luna hopefully being able to support them as best as possible with the pseudo backline coming in from the Nautilus, so they're definitely going to have to be playing around. However, the S14, who is getting into those crucial positions and forcing a wipeout on Sharkbites as well, just to help get this final checkpoint, and hopefully for Angel Link get the tower all the way to the knockout as well. We can see another pick on Witty here, and looking around for another one via the flank just to make sure that this knockout happens as soon as possible. Another wipeout, and that is going to be game.
Wow, Lily. I mean, even without that disconnect, I mean, Angel Link was really, really dominant that game, I feel. I feel like they, like we said, I mean, Sturgeon is very attacker-based. As soon as they kind of had that advantage, it just is really hard to get it back in the favor of Sharkbites.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like there are a few spots that you can get that attacker advantage, especially when you have a longer range weapon up taking the other team's spinner or high ground or sniper or whatever. And then if you start getting your shorter range slays as well, like we saw here at this point, the S plus being able to get onto that right side there to get those picks and force that wipeout, that's really going to be crucial positioning in order to allow a safe passageway for the tower to go forwards as well. And once again, very, very dominant positions for any attacker as well, and very difficult also to move back in on, even though you do have such a wide space when you are defending. It can kind of be still, I don't know, quite open. There's a lot of cover for attackers still to be able to take, just to hide under those ledges. Fantastic, especially for any AoE weapons who might want to be camping there or moving around and holding that area as well, like we saw the S Blast.
And you're talking like AoE weapons, I think as well, like kind of on that topic, like sloshers, tri-sloshers are really dominant there as well, because I mean, you just slosh up there and what are they going to do? Dodge it? Probably not. They're probably just going to die.
Yeah.
And kind of speaking about sloshers still, and AoE weapons in general, I mean, Manta Maria is kind of similar in Sturgeon in that regard. I feel like it's really dominant when you kind of have that high ground bunker control. And I mean, your opponents are like, we got to get them out of there. But then you just kill them if they try to come at you, especially if you're on Slosher.
Oh, for sure. And I think one of the tricky things about this is that, once again, I find that this is a very attacker dominant map mode as well. Rainmaker, I've seen so many breakaway pushes from the second checkpoint all the way to the end because it's basically just straight line downhill, especially if you take the right hand side. And if you're not careful, if you just miss a split second of defending the attacking team, the pushing team, from being able to take the Rainmaker past that second checkpoint, you can lose a lot of points, potentially even lose to a very quick knockout as well. It does look like, however, we are seeing fairly similar comp, mainly shooters here. I suspect that's Witty on, actually no, I'm not sure who's playing the out. That would be someone on Angel Link cover. It already looks like Luna has picked up the Rainmaker. 1 player down, 2 players down on Angel Link, and with the help of the tactical, they're going to be hopefully starting to move up ahead. But that Rainmaker, with the help of the cover from the, I was worried that Rainmaker was going to go down to the whale actually, but with the help of those that smoke screen coming out from the fire strikes, definitely helped them to be able to get that first checkpoint. But already so many players have gone down here. This is going to be a very quick retake for Angel Link to be able to get that first checkpoint back, as Shark Bites is still respawning and coming out from their street as well, finding it difficult to actually move back and retake their own bunker here.
Yeah, I mean, Sharkbucks is trying to find their footing here. I mean, we talked about they're in their street, but that inkjet is going to pop, effectively scattering them. I mean, they're not even in their bunker yet. They really have no control over whether or not this Rainmaker is going to get their checkpoint, which they do get that checkpoint in their street, and they're pretty stagnant right now. I mean, we see them kind of going for some tri-strikes, trying to stagnate Angel Ink, but they do end up going 3 down on their push, getting completely wiped. I mean, this is Sharkbite's chance to kind of push back.
Yeah, it is. That wipeout is absolutely going to be crucial at preventing that breakaway push as well, or any kind of quick KO, which is very dangerous and can happen quite easily here on Matching the Rainmaker. It does look like Angel Link has got a pretty good amount of control over their street at the moment. Quickly staying down on Shark Fights, still hopefully managing to hold on, not going down, dodging that whale as well, still surviving. Luna, the Rainmaker main here, is still going to be holding on, unfortunately only going down right here, but Angel Link is still actually at a numbers disadvantage as Shark Fight is getting ready just for another push. Blue coming out with the tri-strikes just to help them move forward and get some more points on the table to keep getting a chance at winning this. It looks like Angel Link is perhaps just going to be faltering once again, as here we go with the winning push to the knockout. No!
Oh my gosh. Oh!
Commentators Gus! And the disconnect.
I don't know if that was the Rainmaker that disconnected. That might have been the same player from the last match, Lily. Oh my gosh. That's got to be so devastating for Shark Bites. I mean, you almost get a game-winning push, and one of your members disconnects. I mean, it's going to be a really tough uphill battle for Shark Bites.
What I suspect Shark Bites is really going to be having to think about now is absolutely punishing any time Angel Link is going to be pushing up ahead with the Rainmaker. They have such a good point advantage, getting it nearly to the knockout win. We saw almost that kind of classic push all the way down to, well, I guess 1 in this case, but all they're going to be doing now is defending as much as they can. Angel Link is going to have a constant numbers advantage unless Shark Bites can pick them off, which it looks like they are. 2 players have gone down inside of Angel Link, and it's just a Rainmaker on the ball point at the moment. With the help of the Tactical as well, hopefully they can get rid of this Rainmaker, and in this last 84 seconds, hopefully they can prevent any more points being taken by Angel Link at the moment. They were trying to run it there, but thankfully for Shark Bites at least, they were able to stop the Rainmaker from progressing even further.
Yeah, really good job from Shark Bites. I mean, to be at the same standing as your opponent when you have a disconnect like this, you have to always be getting picked. I mean, they always have to be 1 down. And unfortunately, Shark Bite does just get completely wiped here. And I mean, there's nothing stopping them from just KOing, which they do. You know, if I'm Shark Bite, I'm gonna be like dialing in, phoning a friend, being like, who can sub for us? Because I mean, it's been 2 games now, and that's just so heartbreaking.
It has been, I have to say, I think Shark Bites definitely played extremely well, even with 1 player down on both games, actually, and being able to hold off Angel Link from getting the win for so long especially punishing them from taking the Rainmaker down the street as well. Absolutely a very impressive job. Angel Link, as soon as they found that window of opportunity, of course, they were just playing it even like it was just another 4v4. And that's the thing about Rainmaker here in Manta Maria. When you have that window of opportunity to run the Rainmaker to the final checkpoint, and especially if you get that knockout, even if just 3 players out of 4 are down, it's very easy to just run all the way down and get that lead, get those points, get that knockout anyway. You just have to make sure no one's there as you're doing it, which definitely like both teams did. Angel Link was managed to be the one who came out on top there.
Yeah, going into our third game though here in this best of 9 set, we're going to be seeing Clamblitz on Inkblot Art Academy. What do you think, Lily? Do you think we're going to be seeing like similar comps or what?
It's one of my favorite map modes of all time. I do suspect that Shark Bites will probably keep the Nautilus because of the mobility that it has, and also because Inkblot Art Academy, because it has those like really nice places for Nautilus to hide around and like just pop out and get quick picks as well to create those openings. I do suspect we'll be seeing the Nautilus continue on, but you know, Inkblot Art Academy, one of the things that you have to be playing around with here is the 2 stacks, and also when you're defending, being able to take control of bats as well. You know, well, I guess even when attacking, you gotta be able to take control of bats. I have played many a tournament, many a scrim even, where we have won, or we have lost. We have won and lost because the other team has been able to sneak someone around and get some jumps in around the back of the basket. So if they're able to move around very efficiently and actually distract the enemy, get some players up around, taking those flanks as well, because there are some really, really nice flanks here in Inkblot Art Academy. To be able to take control of the other team's bats, then you can create some very long and very distracting, very disorientating pushes indeed. I'm curious to see what strategies we do see, because I do think that Inkblot is one of those maps in general where a lot of strategies tend to be very viable here.
And particularly, I'm thinking about a lot of inkjets here because we did see a ballpoint on the side of Angel Ink. I mean, ballpoint is just getting a lot of love lately, and I do appreciate it because I think ballpoint's a pretty fun weapon. But I think just jetting them on their plat, on their bats, just anywhere, trying to like break up their defense when you're making a push, try to break up their offense when they're making a push. I mean, I think it's probably likely that we're going to see the ballpoint again here, Lily.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. It is a very popular weapon, and in previous metas, even in this one, it's still very strong. Even if Inkjet isn't necessarily the most like meta special of all time anymore, it's still a very, very strong weapon, not just for its range that it has, not just for its inkjet, but also being able to deal with people close range as well, which is definitely going to be something you're going to have to keep in mind when you've got people like rushing around the clam basket, and you as a backline are going to have to like do something to scatter them or do something to like push them away if they're getting up close as well. But in any case, Inkblot Art Academy, fantastic map mode, absolutely one of my favorites. I suspect also that we'll be seeing the end zaps come out on either side as well, because you know that's another staple as well, and also the shots. It does look like we are seeing the double shot V-shot T-Tech coming out, and also seeing the S-Blast as well, which has been working really well for Angel Ink in previously.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Lily, history is like a flat line and or a circle that keeps repeating itself. Zap is meta again, and it's probably just always going to be meta. Going in here, the S-Blast does unfortunately end up going down, which makes Sharkbite kind of lose a bit of their aggressibility here, though, Lily.
Yeah, so this Angel Ink's S-Blast, it looks like Sharkbite does actually have quite a lot of control of mid and also a tactical out. They are going to be pushed back a little bit as Angel Ink attempts to take back control of mid, getting a pick on blue as well. So this looks like pretty good position for Angel Link to be in. They just need to be able to get their clam economy in order to continue a push. And also, I have to say, I do think Shark Bites are in a prime position to be able to defend any push that will be happening. So they might just have to wait this up just a little bit longer, as Shark Bites already has the advantage in terms of number of clams anyway.
They've got that clam economy down stat, Lily. I mean, everyone's got a bunch. They could basically have like 3 power clams at this point. They're striking them. They're pushing back Angel Inc. They're coming into this match fierce, although they do go 2 down on their push.
Oh yeah, there was just someone waiting around the corner in mid on Angel Link and placing those bombs down just to flush out those 2 players from Shark Bites to stop them from being able to move up the ramp there. However, it does look like with the rain coming out, they are going to be doing what they can to try and coordinate another push here. Getting a pick on Godels, it looks like they are going to be running forward, but Angel Link is ready and waiting once again at the ramp, and it's only going to be with the help of the tactical that can be progress up further, but only being taken out once again. It does look like the 3 players down on the side of Shark Bites and Asia coming out on Angel Link. This is going to be Angel Link trying to retake control of mid once again from those successful defenses against Shark Bites.
Yeah, this just goes to show that Shark Bites is not going to be able to brute force a push here against Angel Inc. They're going to have to do a lot of coordination, pop a lot of specials, and get at least a few picks if they want to make a successful push here. Which Angel Inc. does look like they're going to make a push of their own. I mean, they've got the clans, they've got the cooler up. We see this S14 putting in a lot of work on the side of Angel Inc. getting 1 down, but they do trade out, unfortunately. I mean, it's just a scrap fest in mid. People are going down. It's pretty crazy, Lily.
Yeah, it is. That's the thing about Clan Blitz, though. Sometimes it can take a while for a push to get going because you don't want to be going in just with 1 power clan and nothing else. If you can, you really want to take as much of an advantage as possible, not only to get maybe 1 or 2 power clams in, but to make sure that the rest of the team has the space for them to move back to mid to collect more power clams if necessary as well. And neither of these teams has really found their opening to actually do that. Angel Inc., I feel like Shark Bites had almost taken that, but Angel Link was just there ready to defend when possible. Looks like Angel Link finally manages to go for the clam basket, but once again, as I was saying, this wasn't quite the push they were probably looking for, with only being able to get the 1 power clan in, and Shark Bites already there defending the basket and taking control of their flat once again. Getting a pick on Goku's, getting a double one on Jacob as well. This looks like Shark Bite has something to say in return to Angel Link here, already getting a power clam ready if they can to throw it in, and if they have any clams at all, they might be able to get a lead, but it does look like they are going to be taken out with that push stopping with just that 1 power clam as well.
Oh my gosh, Lily. I mean, both of these teams here are struggling to break past each other's defenses and make a good offense of their own to kind of score any more than just that 1 power clam. I mean, we see them kind of give them space on their pushes and then allow them to pour all their specials into their plat and then just collapse back in on them when they actually put that power clam in, which, I mean, what are you going to do at that point?
Yeah, we're in the last 45 seconds of the match at the moment, so whatever happens next is going to pretty much be the deciding play of the game. Either Shark Bites will be able to get another push going, which it looks like they are able to hopefully try. The problem is there are so many players alive on the side of Angel Link, but with the 2 players down on Angel Link, maybe they can get something going for them, but I'm kind of worried being shut coming out here.
Yeah, I mean, that Inkjet is really, really good defense. I mean, it just completely keeps people away from their plat. People just run around, like, without their heads on. They just are scared of getting shot by that ball point in that Inkjet. But we see Blue here trying to kind of come up onto that ramp, trying to pick off that ball point. The ball point calls for help to no avail from their teammates. There's 2 down on the side of Angel Inc. So now make that 3 down, just that zap left. And it looks like Shark Bites is actually going to be able to make a push here and get that power claim in. But unfortunately, they got completely wiped.
They got wiped, and that is going to be the defense of the game. The deciding defense, the deciding play, which will give Angel Inc. just waiting out this overtime the win as long as no one tries to go up that ramp once again. Angel Inc., this was an incredibly close, only 1 power clam on either side. It's just the fact that Angel Inc. was able to get 1 in first was pretty much pretty much what they had to do in terms of being able to win this game. But I think if anything else, Angel Link with their impressive defense, every single time Shark Bites had the clams to actually, and the special and the numbers to make a push, Angel Inc. was able to get back into positions they needed to be on, just to be able to punish any attempt at a push that Shark Bites made in like the first half or first 3/4 of that game.
When we see this replay here come out, I think the pick on Vivi here from Blue was such a crucial one to kind of get that push going. We saw that their teammate opted to try and push up in mid to try and get some more leverage, but ended up getting picked, I believe. And we saw that when that zap went down, I mean, that really enabled Shark Bite's push. But that shot, I think soloed, got that 2v1. I mean, that's just, that's like the best clutch you could ask for, Lily.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and it was definitely just being in the right place at the right time. If you had that shot to be able to do that, it does look like one of the things that like Angel Link I think did really well was being able to recover from any time plays were going down. And also I think, yeah, you were talking about the inkjet a lot, being able to scatter the players on Shark Bites. I think that was definitely a good choice because Shark Bites, I think they were managing to get their clams in order, but I think just being able to have everyone to be able to deal with what Angel Inc. was doing in terms of defense, I think Angel Inc. just was on the ball at that point, whereas Shark Bites was still trying to think about like just being able to run in with a power clam, and couldn't get past Angel Inc's defenses there.
Yeah, but going into game 4 here, this might turn over a new leaf for Shark Bites, going into splat zones on a humpback pump track, Lily. I mean, we haven't seen these two teams face off in zones yet. This could be Shark Bites' time to shine.
Absolutely could be, and I do expect we'll be seeing Ink Storm come back once again. It looks like they've been running that Nautilus pretty consistently, and I haven't seen many changes to their comp in general, so I do expect at least like the Storm and the Strikes to be able to come out as well here. But you know what? If Angel Inc. are going to be keeping up their inkjet, that is going to wreak havoc on Shark Bites in terms of you know, scattering them around again to just make it difficult to be able to come in and actually cap that zone. The map geometry here is different. It's not those flat surfaces that you get on most other maps in Splatoon 3. It does have those curves, which can make for some pretty interesting things in terms of like when you are playing like some of those AoE weapons. So I do think that having the S blast, perhaps having some kind of blaster on the side of Angel Inc., I do expect we might see something like that come in again.
I'm
Actually,
I'm
no,
surprised.
you're not.
I'm really
It's all
surprised.
shooters.
It's all shooters. Bam, all shooters. Well, and the Splatlings, I guess. But I'm very interested that they swapped off the S-Blast. I guess because it is zones, you really want to make sure that everyone is capable of painting it when it comes down to it. We see Angel Link got kind of an early lead here. They're the ones in the zone. The gal does go down, which is going to give Shark Bites a chance to shine.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think that they are. Shark Bites does actually manage to get the first half, even if they had the disadvantage early on. And with 2 players down, Shark Bites is just going to be focusing on being able to push up ahead and stop Angel Link from being able to come in with the retake here with those strikes coming out as well. And bombs just to hold them back even further. We want to get a great kick on the side there as we saw someone try to take the flank up, going 3 down to a bomb as well. That was devastating.
That is like the bomb of my dreams. That was that was amazing. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Unfortunately, we do see a member of Angel Inc. go down to a bomb themselves as well. We see a Zuka coming out. Lovely, lovely Zuka. And those strikes as well. I mean, Angel Inc. is 2 down. It looks like it's just going to flip right in Shark Bite's favor. They're going to back up into that little hump over there in the corner. But Nitwit was not letting that happen. Completely got them.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good defense as well from Shark. They have the 1-point lead, and they're going to be thinking about pushing it even further now. They have a lot of space to come up around Angel Inc's side of the map here, but I think it will just come down to how long they can hold them back for, especially when Angel is coming out with Inkjet again. And we've seen how Inkjet has been really effective against Shark Bites in the previous game as well. With 2 players going down there on Shark Bites, Angel Ink is going to be thinking about holding back even further. Once again, dodging those strikes as Shark Bites tries to actually neutralize zone, not being able to. This is just going to be going into like a fairly neutral fight in mid at the moment until Angel Ink is able to find an opportunity forward. But unfortunately for Angel Ink, they're losing these fights that they really don't want to be losing here.
Yeah, and I mean, we kind of see this one member still up down there, but they do get picked off. I mean, I think if you're Shark Bites here, you really just want to keep the aggression on, which is why we see the one member. Oh my gosh, stop stop spectating them, they keep missing the jump. The pressure is on for them, but they have to keep keeping them at bay in their spawn, which they're doing a great job of. They're 2 down, one of them's off respawn, and they've only got that jet up.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think Enki finally making the jump over to hopefully hold them back will be great at just being able to control their window as well. It does look like, however, they're going to be going 2 plays down from Bazooka just as they were getting to a score of 10 here, so that was it's a good lead for Shark Bites, but they have to get through all those penalty points in these last 2 minutes if they want to get a knockout. Does look like Angel Ink is going to be staying up in the zone if they can just hold it and actually keep Shark Bites out, as Shark Bites attempts to come around from the side once again, hopefully to get a flank on them and actually just scatter them, not just from the Steadily Storm, but also that flank does look like even a place to run down here. Angel Ink is still taking a strong presence on the zone, and I don't think Shark Bites was able to keep that control for very long.
And I mean, getting that to be neutral for just a little bit is going to be really good, as well as getting their zap down. That means no cooler on the side of Shark Bites in this push that they're going to make. The strikes do come out, and we see that Zuko pop out as well, but they actually get the pick. I thought they were about to die there. They get the pick there, and they trade, which means that the only ball point is just the only one left on the side of Angel Ink, which really enables Shark Bites to push up here. I mean, it is do or die for Angel Ink here, honestly, Lily, because Shark Bites has that lead, that timer's ticking down, and Angel Ink has got to stop them.
Yeah, Shark Bites has been doing extremely well this game in terms of being able to hold up the control and being able to push back Angel Ink just for that much longer than Angel Ink has. But Angel Ink is going to be desperately trying to push back in and very aggressively with those specials actually trying to move in, but unfortunately 2 players going down. I think they may have just been a little bit too eager as we go into the last 40 seconds, and it does seem like Shark Bites is going to be continually staying out on top as they go for the knockout with only a few seconds left. All they need to be doing is holding this zone and getting the first win of this set.
I am ecstatic for them. I think that is such a great comeback, especially when you lose the first 2 games. Not only in part due to the DC, but the DC did not help their case. I mean, we saw the solid lead that they had on that Rainmaker Manta Maria. So if I'm Shark Bites, I'm like fist bumping, like kissing each other, like on the cheeks. Like they must be really excited, Lily.
Yeah, absolutely, and I hope this energy will continue. And I know that Angel Ink has had, even with the DCs in the first couple of games, they still were able to prove their dominance. Even in, I guess, the Clan Blitz game, although I do think that these 2 teams are going to be very even going ahead as long as there aren't any DCs going on here. But I think with also with the modes that can be a little bit less snowbally, perhaps we can see some more even games between them as well, because I know that like the first 2 map modes can definitely, like the Tower Control one and also the Rainmaker or Manta Maria, those can definitely like if you miss someone grabbing the Rainmaker and don't see them running for the knockout win, then it can be, or if you get like wiped out as well, which is what happened in that game, then you are just going to lose out pretty much, and it's going to be very, very difficult to come back from that unless you get like a similar position yourself. So having map modes which are a little bit less snowbally, like Tower Control here on Macro Mart, even though it is Tower Control, and you do get the passive special charge, which I have opinions about myself. It is going to be one of those map modes where you are going to be playing around all parts of the map pretty much in terms of being able to rotate your team to defend certain areas. It's kind of a funny one because it's like going around to defend the right side. When you're on the defending side, the right side of the map first can be pretty dangerous in terms of being an easy spot for a Trizuka to take you out. But on the left side, I think there being a little bit more cover just to hide behind and being able to hopefully win some fights over there, you can definitely prevent a knockout win from happening. But, you know, it does mean that the tower might be moving all the way over there, which is definitely difficult to come back out from. But I'm curious to see what these teams run. And it's great to see actually from the side of Angel Inc. Not only the S-Blast coming back, but also the Tri-Slosh Nouveau. Great weapons to really apply a bit of pressure over those stacks and over the snipe area as well, and also on the tower just to flush people out of those positions. Does look like already one player has gone down on Shark Fights. Angel Inc. is looking to gain some control with the trap tank, getting another pick on Enki here. 3 players have gone down on Shark Fights. They are on a roll.
And they're just gonna keep on rolling. I mean, they've already got that first checkpoint completely shredded. That Jet is trying to swamp them out of there. We see the T-Tech is still in that little corner that tries to pick them off, which they are successful with. But this tower is just gonna keep barreling down. I mean, they're already at the second checkpoint, Lily.
Yeah, they are, and with the constant player disadvantage on the side of Shark Fights, they're really gonna have to find their footing here just to be able to get rid of these players and actually take back place. It does look like they managed to get the tower right off. Luna going around looking for another pick, being able to at least try and help their team to control their stack here. And I do think they're able to push some players out with the help of Enki's bombs as well. But I think Angel Inc. is just relentlessly pushing this tower forward, still not giving up until I think finally the tower begins to move back to mid.
Yeah, but we see that Inkjet pop out again. I mean, that Inkjet is just so ruthless and just completely pushing back Shark Fights. I think it really, really helps with Angel Inc.'s aggression here, especially on a map mode like Makomar that is just so scrappy and really hard to push back in on if they're so aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that Angel Inc.'s aggression is just working out so well for them because I think, you know, having those 2 weapons that not only are able to push people out of ledges really well, but also be able to actually get one hit or get very quick doubles and trades and stuff like that, especially on the try. And also with the help of the tactical cooler as well. Those are very, very good fighting weapons that you want to be having to just keep the numbers continuously down on the team that is trying to defend this. And that kind of aggression is working out super well for them. Also with the oh yeah, just keeping an eye out for anyone defending. It does look like anything manages to actually get some high ground here and manages to actually only go down just there with 3 players down. This is going to be a very difficult thing to push back from, and I think it does look like Angel Inc. is going to be taking this game for themselves. A very dominant game for Angel Inc. Not only being able to take so much turf control throughout that, but also being able to pretty much constantly get at least 2 players down on the side of Shark Fights, which just like kept that constant presence far too dangerous for Shark Fights to be able to push back in from.
I mean, like we were saying that whole time, their aggression was just crazy. I mean, we saw a bunch of jets pop every time it looked like Shark Bites was gonna kind of come back in, get a pick or 2. That jet would pop out, and they would just be like, "Oh man, we have to back up. Oh, we have to scatter," or they risk getting picked off, which they just can't risk, especially when they're the one that have to push up and make a push to try and get their lead back. But I think, and you called this out as well, I mean, Enki kind of stalling it there with their teammate on that top right area. It was just very unfortunate that they kind of got called out, and then the remaining members of Angel Inc. kept the tower going. But I mean, that was, like we said, just really dominant and nicely well done by Angel Inc.
Absolutely. Defending that final push to the knockout is definitely something you need. Not only someone taking that area that Enki was taking, but if there was someone there just on the other side, on that bit of high ground on the other side of the tower, then you could definitely collapse in on the tower rider to be able to move them off. But I think unfortunately, considering how aggressive Angel Inc. was throughout that game, it just meant that Sharkbites didn't have the numbers to be able to do that, to be able to get in quickly enough to be able to stop them from getting that knockout. Even with the ball point going down, Angel Inc. still had players up and ready to take the tower again, just to get all the way to the end.
Yeah, I think Angel Inc. is really, really good at locking out and knowing when their specials are going to have the most effect and knowing when to kind of stagger them in the way that keeps their aggression just like a constant, a constant thorn in Sharkbite's side.
Absolutely. And in terms of being able to keep up that aggression, keep up that control, that's going to be something very crucial here on Rainmaker Museum, where once you have control over the spinner, the game is you're basically in the driver's seat. Unless Sharkbites or Angelic, depending on which team manages to get up there, manages to take some kind of flank or be able to push them out with specials as well. Now, there are good areas to defend from, especially in those high grounds, but I think one of the things that can happen sometimes here, and I've definitely seen this happen as well, and I'm wondering, I love when this strat, when someone takes out this strat, I love it when someone like picks up the Rainmaker and takes the grates on top of the spinner to run it forwards, because that can catch a team off guard. And I'm just curious to see. Oh, it does look like we are keeping very similar comps that we've seen when they just play their like shooter comps. So no AoE weapons, but I do think that the ball point is definitely going to help in terms of being able to take a lot of extra range that Sharkbites doesn't have, especially when you are up on the plat, just taking control of mid in the early game.
Yeah, Lily, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Sharkbites going into this game here. I mean, this is match point. This could be the end of this set for them. We see those tri-strikes, popping, but unfortunately 2 members of Sharkbites go down to that bomb. Oh, that is just so devastating. I mean, we see Angel Inc. use that advantage to try and make a push of their own, although they are 2 down themselves, and we see somebody kind of sharking behind, getting the flank on them.
Yeah, that flank, if they can pull that off, is going to be everything at the moment to stop this push. And it does look like the Rainmaker does fall down a bit and behind. If they can just get this Rainmaker out onto Sharkbites plat, then they can get some points on the board from the Sharkbites, is basically holding them out pretty well, even if they are pushed so far back. Angel Inc. is definitely getting help from this Inkjet here. They finally managed to jump over onto the plat, not managed to get the knockout, and unfortunately going 2 players down in the process here. So Sharkbite is probably going to have to do what they can to take this player advantage to retake mid here and get some points to board for themselves.
And those Inkjets are just so devastating when Sharkbite is trying to defend from Angel Inc. I mean, they're just so aggressive, they're always so coordinated, and it feels like Angel Inc. just has them at every second that Sharkbite wants to make a push.
Yeah, absolutely, but we are seeing a push getting set up. They just need to make sure that those players on Angel Inc. go down first, and I don't think that they are at the moment. They're staying alive pretty well. Enki coming up with the Zuka, trying to at least hold them back, and with the help of the Inkstorm, perhaps they could start running this Rainmaker board. But Cloud here is going around to catch to get that Rainmaker out before anything can happen. 2 players have gone down to them, and it does look like with this with mid going back almost entirely in control of Angel Inc. already, they are just going to be getting their players up in control of looking to get control around their spinner anyway. But it does look like the Rainmaker gets taken out by a splat bomb here. A very lucky splat bomb, a very well placed splat bomb, I should say, from Sharkbite just to stop that push from happening.
It is like bomb kill central here, Lily. I feel like every second somebody's going down. There's always so many fights happening. We see doubles, we see trades. I mean, it's a lot. But here, I think Sharkbites wants to try and get that advantage for themselves. They do get a pick here, which is going to be huge for them. And I mean, they have that cooler up, but the pop is going to end up going to Angel Inc. here, and that mid control, that turf control, is still on the side of Angel Inc.
Yeah, not if Enki has something to say about that. As we can see, the Zuka coming out with the help of those Tri-Strikes to try and get them out of that spin area. But, you know, there's a lot of cover behind there that you can hide from a Zuka and those Tri-Strikes as well, which means that it's going to be very difficult still for Sharkbites to get anyone up there. Angel Link attempted to get someone up onto Sharkbites flat and around their spinner before just to control that area, but Sharkbites were very good at being able to flush them out of there as well. So I think it's just going to be able to come down to the rest of this game. Who is able to get there first? Looks like this Rainmaker is getting pushed back. Actually not going down to the Nautilus, who I thought was just going to take them out just then. Looks like they actually managed to get their kill onto the Nautilus, spot on the Nautilus there before going down with 2 players down on either side. Actually make that 3, I believe, or a delayed 3 anyway. It does look like that Angel Inc. is going to be doing what they can to try and take back control of mid now.
We know from Clan Blitz Inc. Flat Art Academy, Lily, that Angel Inc. is very content with having that little bit of a flimsy lead, but knowing that they have the defense to be able to stop Sharkbites from even getting close to theirs. I mean, we see there's less than a minute left, 45 seconds left, Lily, and Angel Inc.'s lead, it looks like it's going to hold.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case. I think at the moment, even if they do want to get a lead, having those 3 players down on Sharkbites, I think can just mean that they can get something just a little bit more safe for themselves. Only getting that checkpoint now, I think, is going to be a good opportunity for them to get that in any case. But, you know, that's only another 2 points on 3 players down. Sharkbites not only have to get a checkpoint themselves, but also continue their lead further, and Angel Link has got a lot of coordination to try and get rid of Sharkbites. It does look like they do actually manage to get the checkpoint at last, and they have that wipeout. We may actually see the tables turn here as the lead switch happens in that last second.
Oh
With the
my
game going to
gosh.
Sharkbites, everything changed. Everything changed.
That was crazy. Honestly, if I'm Angel Inc. here, I'm like hitting myself on the head. Like, why did we go for that push towards the end? Because when you have that lead, it's kind of like sure, they could just get to our checkpoint and then overtake our lead, but is it worth it to use all those resources and then die in the process of getting just a few more points? And it looks like it really wasn't worth it for Angel Inc., which is really, really devastating. I mean, we saw that they went 2 down. Sharkbites was trying to push here with this lovely, lovely replay. And they easily got that checkpoint just because they were so staggered from that push of their own.
Yeah, absolutely. And once you do get the thing about getting those checkpoints is that you make yourself vulnerable. And that's exactly what happened to Angel Inc. They made themselves vulnerable when they otherwise could have stayed fairly safe. And that was the opening that Sharkbites needed to be able to move back in, because they were pretty, I gotta say, I think Angel Inc. was pretty invulnerable throughout most of that match anyway. Actually, props to Sharkbites for not only being able to take that checkpoint with those players going down on Angel Link's side, but also just being able to coordinate everything, because everything, just as they were like throughout most of the game previously, but I think the problem for Sharkbites throughout most of the game is Angel Link was just able to duck behind cover and survive Sharkbites' attempts at like pushing them out of their plat, because they had cover behind Spinner. And but when Angel Link was finally down and pushed back far enough that they couldn't get that cover in time, Sharkbite just had that opening just to run the Rainmaker forward, get that checkpoint, and get those few extra points just to grab that lead as well.
And we're gonna go to a game 7 here. Oh my goodness, oh my golly. The Clan Blitz, Barnacle, and Dime. I mean, we saw Slams earlier. So I'm very interested to see what kind of changes, especially on the side of Sharkbites, that we're going to be seeing here. I mean, I think it's definitely a very interesting clams map. I feel like people don't tend to like it that much, but I still want to see what they pull out here.
Yeah, it's very, very different from Inkblot Art Academy in that your side of the map, even if you do have those defenses, they feel a lot further away from where the basket is. And if you are around the basket, you are in very good location to be taken out by bombs or Trizuka from the attacking team. and if you drop down into that unsafe area, then you can be like taken out pretty easily because of how predictable that drop is as well. So it can come down to coordinating the specials or being able to like stop pushes from happening in the first place here, because like once pushes start happening, they can actually go for quite a long time here. Compared to other maps as well, especially in Inkblot, where I feel like there are so many more options just to defend from. Does it look like we are seeing the weapon comps? Angel Ink is bringing out the Entry again, and actually also pretty much I think the same comp that they used for the Macromat Tower Control game, which I think is pretty interesting.
Oh wow, I mean the Tri-Slosher here, really solid opening, like we saw on these other games here. They already get 3 down. Nicely done by Angel Ink, and I mean that cooler is up. They're gonna be barreling in, trying to make a push.
Yeah, and I think like bringing out the really aggressive comp that they had before is definitely going to be what they want to be thinking about if they want to be able to win this game 5 and take this set for themselves. And I think that's the play that they are thinking about doing here, because they know how well that worked for them on Macromat Tower Control. They're going to see if they can pull it off here again, because once you get that control around the basket, you can just keep those pushes going for a long time. Looks like that Zuka wasn't going to be very effective from Shark Bites. It does look like they are going to be taking those numbers advantage and just running with it. They already have the basket open, and 2 players are down on Shark Bites, and another one goes down. This looks like it's going to be one of those long pushes. We can already see a very aggressive Inkjet is holding back Shark Bites even further, just scattering them from their defenses as well as the rest of Angel Ink is going to be retreating here at the end of that push.
If you're on Shark Bites here, you're going to be thinking about just how can we get them out of our space? How can we get more clams? And how can we make a counter push of our own here? I mean, we already see Angel Ink has a bunch of clams. They've got that clam economy down stat, Lily. I mean, they're ready to make another push already.
Oh yeah, they definitely are, but with the Inkstorm coming out, it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to actually push in too quickly, as Shark Bites, we can see, is already vying to take the control of the mid back. You can see that they have their eyes on them with the actually looks like 2 players go down in that case, so it might not be exactly their time to push him just yet, but getting that pick, that double, still going down, then it is still going to be Shark Bites attempting to regain control. They are working extraordinarily hard to be able to create some kind of advantage for themselves. They're going to be waiting out this Inkjet as well, because they know that this Inkjet is going to be scattering them, is going to be taking them out if they're not careful about it. And it does look like with their numbers advantage, they might be actually preparing something for themselves.
I'm so interested here to see what Angel Ink is going to do in response, because I feel like they've never really been pushed back yet in this game so far. So I'm interested to see what kind of defense they pull out. They do pull out the crab here, which is to be expected of the splash. I mean, we see those bombs coming out. They have Cooler ready to try and push them back, and I mean, that crab does go down. It looks like they traded out with that T-Tech over there, that shot, I mean, in that corner, and it looks like Shark Bites is trying to get that paint up, trying to push it around.
Yeah, but the players are going down, 3 players down on Shark Bites. I think that Angel Ink's just coming out with their classic defense as well, which we saw on the Inkblot Crams game as well, where every time Shark Bites was able to create an advantage for themselves, Angel Ink was just ready and waiting to flush them out and get that Inkjet to scatter them once again and to help their team take control of mid, which we are seeing here as Angel Ink is getting back and getting ready to make something happen for themselves. But you know, Shark Bites, they're still inching forwards, getting the tri-strike out. Even though they have a numbers disadvantage here, I do think that they are definitely doing everything they can to stop Angel Ink from being able to push up too far too quickly.
1 minute left here, Lily. 3 members of Angel Ink are down, 2 of them coming back off a respawn. I mean, this is going to be a really big nail biter. I mean, Shark Bites has got to make a push happen. They have some clams up, but it's going to be tough if they want to make a power.
Yeah, they're very close to being able to do it though. With these strikes coming out, they just need to wait out these specials, defensive specials from Angel Ink, and it looks like unfortunately players are going down from them. They're looking to get Witty out of the game as well. Witty managing to stay alive and just throwing that power climb just to juggle it in such a way that they can't be seen as easily. It does look like, however, that Angel Ink is still managing to hold them back just for long enough. All they need to do now is to stall them just for these last few seconds so that they can win this game 5, win this set for themselves. And it looks like as the timer ticks down, even though players are going down on the side of Angel Ink, I think Sharkbites is just too far back to be able to make anything happen unless they can actually run in as fast as they can with these specials. But I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get past Angel Ink's defenses here. The thing is, they do have a Zuka coming out, so if they can actually get these players down, they might actually be able to break the barrier and get these clams in, and they actually take the lead, taking it to a game 8. It's another last minute lead swap from Sharkbites, just coming back to bite them. I am flabbergasted. It's not what I expected. I was thinking, oh yeah, Angel Ink is going to be sitting on their defense here. Sharkbites is not going to be able to find their way forward because Angel Ink is just going to be ready and waiting. But just like that, with those two clams, those two power clams that they had, and being able to, with the help of the Trizuka and the all the specials that they had, pretty much just being able to rush forward and actually get those clams in, and the leads were just like the extra clams that they needed to get a lead on Angel Ink. They just managed to do it. Just like we saw in the previous game, the Rainmaker on Museum as well. One of those last minute lead swaps. I feel like this is going to be like Sharkbite's calling card. One of those last minute lead swaps. I feel like this is something that we've been seeing from them not just once, but something that Angel Ink is going to be definitely having to keep an eye on to stop that from happening again if they were to win this set, because Sharkbites is definitely coming back to bite them.
Yes. Oh my golly gosh, Lily. I think this might be Angel Ink's hubris a little bit. I think that they get a little comfortable in their lead, and especially when that overtime hits, that they're like, it's probably fine, we're gonna be good, just like try and do your best, defend. But then Sharkbites has that adrenaline rush, especially because they're at that match point. Angel Ink could win if they don't do anything, and it's do or die for them. So that adrenaline takes over, which makes them do these amazing plays, which wins them the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in awe at what's happened in these last two games, and I can't wait to see what they managed to do on Splat Zones and Ship Shape next, because like we saw them win the earlier zones game on Humpback Pump Track, and even though this is quite a different map in general, with the help of something like the Nautilus being able to hide behind and get some quick picks, and also be able to hold areas with the Inkstorm as well, I do think this is going to be a very strong one for Sharkbites, and hopefully with the wins they have from the previous games already, not just from that Splat Zones game, but those two previous games that we saw them win in overtime just before, they might be able to have the confidence to actually push in and know that they can actually get Angel Ink on the back foot once again, like they did in the earlier Splat Zones games. But now Angel Ink is probably going to have to really be thinking about holding Sharkbites back, knowing that anything can happen, especially at the end of a match. I'm curious to see what they bring to the table. They might be going for that like very aggressive, something aggressive once again. You know, I do think the 52 Gal is a very aggressive shooter. It's one of the shooters that I think definitely paints very well, but also does a fantastic job at being able to push up and hold areas and take very crucial picks for your team as well. So I think that's always a good choice, especially on Splat Zone. It does look like already Sharkbites is going to try and get the first cap, but they are getting held back just a little bit with one player going down on either side. It's just a fight for the zone at the moment. I don't know who's actually going to be getting it. With the Zuka coming out, it does look like Angel Ink might be finally able to move in and get the zone and start pushing up ahead is definitely what they want to do at this point in the game, because you know when you do have that choke point right at spawn, you do want to be holding back as many players as possible. Unfortunately, it does look like they go down there to a bomb, and it's going to be Angel Inc. holding this aggressive Ink Jet to just be able to stop Sharkbites from finding any opening at all to push in with.
The strikes are coming out. This is Sharkbite's Hail Mary to try and get them out of that zone. That cooler as well coming out. The whale is going to try and pick off a member of Sharkbites here. Is unsuccessful. We see that Zuka come out. Low-key blast that T-Tech in the face. Does not kill them. They are trying to keep the zone capped. They are a painter. They're striking again, trying to really turn the zone in their favor because it is do or die. If they get past those 30 points, I mean, it can be really devastating for Sharkbites.
Yeah, Sharkbites is just trying to paint the zone here, but Angel Link had already earlier on in the game been able to push up and take a lot of control. It's only now that they lose control here and Sharkbites manages to apply those penalties with Angel Link going 2 plays down. The thing about what Angel Link has at the moment is they have an Inkjet, and I know that once they pop that Inkjet, they can just disperse Sharkbites and make any positions they want to take be extremely ineffective and just like push them out of any place that they are able to like take any effect against Angel Link. Basically, that kind of came out a little bit funny, but it does look like Sharkbites is doing well in terms of being able to take control over Angel Link's court, but they are going to have to retreat here with the specials coming out with the Zuka, taking out Luna and also helping the rest of their team to cap zone once again.
Yeah, and I mean, we see that whale again coming out. It looks like the shot is trying to kind of combo off of that, getting into that top left area to try and knock them out. But those strikes are coming out. The knock does go down on this takeover here, though. And it looks like the shot wants to get this pick on the other shot. The shot 1v1, and the Angel Link shot is victorious. They're in the zone with that cooler as well. Another member of Sharkbites goes down.
Yeah, I do think, however, that Sharkbites is going to be able to push up ahead. It looks like they're trying to force fight happen around the left side of the map as well, but I do think that this numbers disadvantage means that the whole 3 players are going to be going down. That wasn't probably the fight that they wanted to be taking here, as those players just managed to punish the Nautilus and get the rest of the players down as well. It does look like Angel Link is going to be pushing up once again. The Inkjet just scattering them around, looking for a pick as well, but Sharkbites is going to be surviving that with only 1 player going down. Just then does look like Blue goes down as well. Angel Ink still on the back foot in terms of players up in the game, and Sharkbites is going to be trying to do something about that, something to keep those players down in order to retake this zone. It does look like they are able to do it here with those 3 players down. What Sharkbites really needs to do at the moment is to be able to push up ahead as efficiently and effectively as Angel Link has, and with the help of those strike, maybe they might be able to do that. The thing about what Sharkbites doesn't have is that Inkjet, which has been so effective at just holding an area that like Angel Link has been able to do, which got them to that lead of 16 when Sharkbites just couldn't find any openings back in. 2 players have gone down on the side of Sharkbites and they lose control of the zone as well, but they're going to be trying to come back in with a Zuka. Not sure if they're able to do it though, as only now they lose control, but you know, Angel Link is just ready to take that zone back again.
We see the Nautilus joined with the Zap here, trying to make some magic happen, but the Knot has to back out, and their Zap goes down because of it. We see the flank kind of come out on the left with that cooler. They're dead, but they're going to come right back, Lily. They're trying to keep the zone here. It is ticking down, 10 remaining. If they keep the paint up here, this will be the match for Angel Inc. And it looks like they can. I think that they wiped out at the end, but unfortunately you cannot paint the zone with just that lone Zuka. And Angel Inc. here is going to take the set 5-3.
Yeah, another very dominant game from Angel Inc. And I think having the Inkjet here definitely helped them out to stop Sharkbites from being able to push in. The thing about, I think, Sharkbite specials here is that even though they are very powerful, like having a Zuka is always going to be so powerful here, especially on ship shape. I'm sure you've seen that infamous Twitter clip, but also the being able to have those wide painting specials like what's it called, the Tri Strikes as well, fantastic on zones. But the thing about those specials is that they aren't really specials that can hold back players and hold an area as long and be like such a dominant force as long as an inkjet can. So I think that like props to Angel Ink for being able to use that inkjet in such a way to be able to just stop shark bites. Only in this game, but in pretty much like every other game that had the inkjet from being able to come back in and defend successfully. So amazing job, Angel Ink, and also amazing job Shark Bites for putting such an excellent number of wins as well against Angel Ink. And actually, I gotta say that earlier Splat Zones game, Shark Bites definitely had some extremely dominant plays there as well. I think that like these two teams, watching them play against each other like this has been a number of very even matches throughout. And I think it was only like when they had those disconnects early on in the set that we saw anything a little bit less than even here.
Yeah, and I mean, it's such a hard thing to get over mentally as well when you have those two disconnects and you're sitting there totally defeated. I mean, I'm really proud of Shark Bites for getting 3 games here, and I'm especially proud of Angel Ink as well. I mean, they're like the newer kids on the block. I believe they formed this past like August-ish. They have only been playing in like from the Ink Up and stuff like that only recently. So it must feel really, really good to get a win against a more established team and get your first set win in your div for Ludi.
Yeah, fantastic job. This would be a fantastic thing for like anyone on Angel Ink at the moment would be feeling so good about this win as they go into to prepare for the next week of Ludi as well. And I'm sure Shark Bites are going to be thinking about their battle plan for the for week 3 and onwards as well, because these were some very, very good. There were some very, very good games for them. Things definitely were working very well for them in the games that they won, and even in the first couple of games as well, even when they had the numbers disadvantage, which was a little bit unfortunate. But, you know, really good set overall. I had a lot of fun commentating this.
Me too, Lily. I'm very, very happy that we got to commentate this, and I'm very happy that it almost went to a game 9. I am all for watching teams kind of grow and bounce off of each other and game plan what they can do against their opponents. And I think best of 9s are really, really entertaining to watch because of that, because you really see people grow. But Lily, the voices in my head are telling me we have to go. It's time for us to leave.
It's time
It
to
is.
go.
It is time to go. But before we go, Grace, where can we find you? Where can the lovely people of the internet find you?
Well, you can find me many a times in the swimmer sink help desk fighting for my life. But if you want to see me in a more normal, I guess as normal as it can be, format, you can catch me on Twitter at Tubnug, TUBNUG, and you can also catch me on Blue Sky at the same
Oh yeah,
ad.
Blue Sky.
Yeah.
I'm
where
on
can
Blue
the
Sky
lovely
as well.
people find you? What?
Well,
think I
you can
follow
find
you.
me on. Yeah, we follow each other on Blue Sky. You can find me on Twitter at LilyGravyBread, Twitch at LilyGravyBread, where I am often streaming or actually casting some tournaments in the OCE, Australian, New Zealand, and neighboring countries scene, and also on Blue Sky, LilyGravyBread at bsky.social or whatever it is. But that's going to be it from us, and I think we'll be passing it back over to you, Dynamite, the host. Thank you so much for hosting this as well.
Yeah, of course. And since this is the last match, I'm going to do my plugs as well, because I mean, I've got some places too. I'm also on the very, very famous Blue Sky, dynamitecentral.bsky.social. I'm also on Twitter and Twitch with the handle Dynamite Central. You can also, and yeah, that's basically where you can find me in terms of my socials. But yeah, thank you two for coming on to Ludi tonight. It was a pleasure having you both on broadcast. Yeah.
And it was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go now. Thank you all for tuning in to Ludi tonight. What exciting sets back to back. We had a very, very interesting first set, all the way to a Div 7 back and forth tug of war session, to even our match with Shark Bites and Angel Ink, where it was almost looking like it was going to be another Game 9 scenario. It was it was certainly something. We hope we can see you guys for the next Ludi tonight. But until then, we're gonna go raid Moana. And yeah, thank you guys for watching Ludi tonight. I am Dynamite Central, and we will see you all whenever the next Ludi session happens. Thank you all for coming. Have a good night.
Let's go.